What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people when I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on is Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate y'all for continuing to rock with me. Here with my friends and family, Carrie, Slimmy, Quentin. We in the building. And we got our fifth member, the Chad. The Chad is definitely a co-host of this show.
Hey.
What up? What up? What up? What up? How y'all feel tonight?
Good.
Oh, great.
Good.
Blessed.
Everything
Blessed.
good? Any new news? Any old news that we need to be reminded of?
The news was you the chef.
You know, I
was
was
cooking
looking
last
forward.
night.
I was looking forward to tonight, and I'm gonna tell you why. But I'm not gonna tell y'all why yet. I want to
All
get y'all
right.
thoughts on life first. I just want to make sure everybody in a good space. Don't nobody need no therapy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody looking forward to Christmas. I don't know what's going on.
I'm good, man. I'm just happy to be off work. Happy.
Carrie, how does it feel to be an official member consistently on the show now?
It's cool.
Do it feel the same? Do it feel different?
No, I mean, I guess it feels a little bit different in that I feel like it's a little bit more of a responsibility now than just participating just to participate. But it still just feels like how it's been.
Mm.
But it's cool. Like I like the vibe of all of y'all. And
Yeah.
for me, it's needed. I'm in a space where I'm attempting to find my community in different areas of interest of my life. Being a
Yeah.
stay-at-home mom, a homeschooling mom, like I'm a loner a lot. So
Yeah.
finding a community online, that's cool. In person is cool. So I like y'all.
Let me ask y'all a question. What is it? What's something that y'all watch? I'll share with y'all something that I watch. My question will be, what is something that y'all watch that people wouldn't expect for y'all to watch from a content creation perspective? So, like for me, one of the things that I watch is like Animal Planet. I like to watch lions hunting, wild dogs hunting, and stuff like that. But that's not you know what I'm saying, like weirdly abnormal or something like that. But like I'll share something right here. Right, this is one of the things that I like to watch. I like to watch line cooks. So it's point of view cooking, and this is people that work at a restaurant and they wear a GoPro or whatever it is that they use to stream on the top of their head or helmet. They strap it to their head, and then they show what it's like to actually work in the back of a restaurant as a line cook. And so this is what it'd be looking like. Well, he doing all that.
It's okay. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Day goes by faster than this.
So this is one of the things that I like to watch.
You said what? Oh yeah, it's alright. Send them all as soon as possible.
So this is the type of stuff that I like to watch. I'd like to see people doing stuff in real time. And when they live streaming, I watch one restaurant owner. He shows how he runs his pizza restaurant, and he runs the whole restaurant by himself. He be taking orders and working with, and he got different cameras set up, and so he showed that type of stuff. This is some of the type of stuff that I like to have on my iPad or whatever when I'm observing. I don't know. It's weird, but it's pretty crazy.
No, that shit fire. I be watching a lot of stuff that got to do with cameras. Like
Yeah.
a bunch of camera guys, man. Like one of the dudes is from my city, tight shirt Terry Warfield. He dope. I watch a lot of Jared Collin, call himself Fro Nose, man.
Yeah.
They are really, really inspiring, man. They do the work, man. They do that work with that motherfucking camera, man. It's inspiring.
Yeah.
I love it.
So yeah, I don't know.
I watch
like
a lot
to watch
of like health conversations and a lot of health videos about the different body parts, and like I'm all into brain health. I'm into joint relief. I'm into stuff like yoga, Pilates. I look up different illnesses like fibromyalgia. I like getting deep into conversations regarding how our body works. But I'm one of those people who you start off with one video and then you hear something, so then you go to another video on that topic, then you go to another one, and like next thing you know, you're 5 videos in.
Yeah, you go down a rabbit hole.
But
no, YouTube used to be different before they cleaned it up. Back in the day, you can go down a rabbit hole and end up on some wild shit.
Some crazy stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I will say, what show did I search up? I searched somebody and it pulled up some crazy. I think she was an OnlyFans girl or something. Because I had to clear it went into my YouTube algorithm. Like,
yeah, then you start getting
I had to clear
OnlyFans
some
content.
stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
What was
ads
you about to
started
say,
getting
Quentin?
crazy.
Well, I watched. His name is Rocky Kanaka, and he's like a animal. He owns an animal shelter, and he talks to the dogs and stuff and make them feel good. And
that's so sweet.
And then I'll watch a massive amount of people picking ingrown toenails.
Oh, I can't take that.
It's so satisfying when they finally get it out.
Can't do it.
It's so satisfying when they finally get that bad boy out of there.
So do you watch like the pimple popper type stuff too?
No, just ingrown toenails.
Oh, okay.
And how to get all the
that's as far as I go.
Yeah, I watch I watch a lot of movie trailers.
Mm-hmm.
I watch car videos. That's my favorite. Car videos is my absolute favorite. Anything that comes out new, I like watching car reviews, all of that type of stuff. So,
during football season, I watch a massive amounts of all 22 football footage. That's the football footage, like from behind the quarterback.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to the Lions. What a phenomenal football team that we are. Oh my God. We are an incredible football team. Yes, because it's almost like the chat.
I always love how people take possession.
The chat is a part of the show, right? The fans and the people that are observing is a part of the game. That's what gives them home court advantage, baby. Yeah.
Nobody cares about the Lions.
Yes, they do. We are the talk. We are the talk of the NFL right now.
Wow, what y'all
the
do?
only reason I'm saying that I'm hating.
We just beat up on the Vikings, ended they 5-0 run.
Okay.
Destroyed the Vikings.
Yeah, it's too early in the season to get hype about football. NFL anyway.
Oh, it's never too
early.
No.
Football, NFL. No, you can see it. It's developing.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you
and
brought up football, Anton. I'm glad you brought up football.
I was
Quentin.
al- I was oh hold on, but I was also gonna say shout out to the WNBA for continuing to fumble the league and not taking advantage of Caitlin Clark.
Yep, and they got out of their CBA. They said we don't want this no more.
They so dumb.
They dumb.
They
I
are
wrote that on
so
one of our
women
local towns
are
reported that, and
we
I
gonna
got
get into that. We gonna get into that. I don't wanna broach
What's the
that. Go
CBA, Quentin?
collective
collective
Like,
bargaining agreement.
so it's an
Oh,
agreement between the players in the league and they bargain to see what, it's almost like the NBA players, they get 51% of all revenue.
okay.
It's the contract, salary cap contract, all of that type of stuff. So, but we'll get into that later. What was you about to say, Slimmy, to Quentin before we get started?
I just want to know what happened to the Longhorns, man. It was all that talk. And,
Oh yeah, that was tough. That was a tough one.
What was
they
tough
looking
about
like
it?
the Browns.
What
They
was
don't
tough
look
about
like
it?
the Browns. They don't look like the
Let's just be clear. We lost by 15 points to a team that's 48-2 over the last 3 years. Fuck
No,
you
I know.
mean?
I get it. Oh, y'all lost. It don't matter who
Nigga,
y'all
by
lose.
50,
You
nigga.
lose.
Well,
You
nigga,
lose.
it's one game, nigga. It's one fucking game, nigga.
No, but that one game, that's it.
No, it's not, nigga. We can still win a national championship. What you talking about?
No, but I'm saying like it that can ruin all that.
Nigga, we was never supposed to win that game.
how
10-2.
you lose also factors into whether or not you get selected to be a part of the playoffs. So
Yeah,
that
like
does matter.
State can still
That
they can
does
still
matter.
make.
If you take an L but you lose by 2
I
versus taking an L getting
don't
dominated,
think
it's much different.
I don't think we know, and this is the first year of the 12-team playoffs, so I don't know that to be true.
Well, I mean, you're right. I agree with you. But how you lose, it does matter.
I don't
We
think
gonna
so.
see.
I don't.
We
Well,
gonna see.
let's go ahead and get into the show again. Shout out to Mr. Lot says, random. I watch hornet nest removals.
That is pretty
Couple
nice.
of those.
Those are nice. I like those, man. I
Those
get
are
with those too.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
gotta check that
agree.
out.
Have you guys seen when they dig the two guys that dig in the dirt? They dig like the pools and stuff like that in the
I
dirt.
think that junk be.
You think they get help?
Yeah, hell yeah.
My kids and I,
You
we
talking
started
about
to
them
think that they scheming.
in the third world
Absolutely.
countries?
I mean, it's too
I mean,
much
they do
revenue.
a lot.
Listen.
You know the ones that I think that I don't believe that when the man and the wife build a house with no help. It just be the husband and the wife. They do the plumbing. They put up the walls. I'll be like, we did it in 9 months.
Hey, it's taking me over a year, and I got all kind of fucking contractors over this bitch.
Hell yeah, you got the whole world helping. We did, yup.
All right, y'all. Let's dig into it. So we're gonna go down Carrie's alley right now. Because Carrie was one of the ones that was given insight into what her expectations were. And so let's dive into it. Let's not waste any time. I don't know if everybody watched it. I know Slimmy watched it. I don't know if Quentin had time to watch it or if you caught any of it. And I'm pretty sure that Carrie watched it.
I was in the back chat on the Zoom, but then Q told me to get off.
Yeah, I saw Quentin pop up.
Yeah, so I guess I'll just go to a random spot and then we'll just go from there. Hour long.
It might be on my IG.
Oh, listen. Hold
That
on.
dude listens. He like intently listens.
Hold on. He said that it might be on my. It might be on my. I never recognized that, but hold on. YouTube video. I don't see the clip though. Okay. It's not a clip. It's an hour long.
It might be on my IG.
Let me rewind it a little bit because I don't know.
Sister, stay
Carrie,
focused.
5'9".
Keep your body to yourself. If you're still a virgin, hold it. If you've already lost your virginity, men, date them on until you find what's good for you.
Already living it. They're a reflection of it. But so many times we're incentivized by the things that's around us, influenced by the things that's around us, especially when we have a young mind, and your mind is not even fully developed until you in your mid-20s. And so a lot of times we used to depend on our culture, we used to depend on our family to help us vet and see things that we couldn't see. But now we're choosing for ourselves. So again, I don't believe in dating. I believe that dating is just the gateway for you to find yourself in situations that you're not supposed to be in. And I believe that you know your wife very, very early. And a lot of times we skip over the person that we're supposed to be with.
So you know what? I get context now. This is why you brought up. So I think this is a difference here because you actually stated when you went to Angela Yee, the young lady was stating, because a lot of women think, ask this question too. They're like, look, I want to date multiple men. Mm-hmm. You know, that's like a big thing. They want to date multiple men.
This is a sister saying she's already dated. I said, look, date them all until you find what's for you. I didn't say sleep with them all. I didn't say cook for them all. I didn't say do no wifely duties.
But you said you didn't believe in dating.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. This is a woman that asked me a question.
I know. I seen it.
Right. She said, I'm already dating 3 men. Date them all until you find what's good for you.
And she didn't say that, by the way. She said she wants to date 3 different men and have them bust her down 3 different days of the week. And he said, date them all.
Who said that?
That's what he said. Okay, now I got to go in. Because the context was, he said, he said, when I said I don't believe in dating, and he says, I agree, I don't believe in dating either. Yep. Then he switched it up and he said, I believe in dating. I mean, you know, he said, because I called him out, I said, well, that's not what you said on lip service. You said that you, right now, you don't believe in dating because you didn't like the fact that you was getting served up on that last segment. Now, all of a sudden, you don't believe in dating, but then that's not what you just said on lip service when you was on there with Angela Yee.
Who is Angela Yee?
Angela Yee from The Breakfast Club.
From The Breakfast Club.
I don't know who that is.
So, like, for example, this is what happened, right? And I said that we was going to be able to pull up these receipts, right? Something like 29 something, 29.50 or whatever.
Physical attention. Now, what if you would be like, you want to sleep with me? $50,000.
Let's back up.
Because that's 3 hoes.
Come on, bro.
They get you addicted to it.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
Well, aside from this, before you got here, we were talking to Jordan about, you know, are you ready to settle down, Jordan? Like,
No.
No.
Oh,
I know that's right, Jordan.
I would like to do a year. I was celibate for 2 years.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm coming out of my celibacy. I kind of want to have a phase where I have 3 hoes. 3 hoes.
Come on, rotation.
Yeah, just to like live that life for a little bit, like a solid roster. Just because I've never done that.
Now, when you say coming out of your celibacy, are you out of it already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But, you know, then I got ghosted. So that's a whole other story. But I'm like, you know what? I want to have like a little Tuesday, a little Wednesday, a little Saturday.
Right.
On rotation.
But she knows
Like,
what she wants. So what do you think about that?
I say date them all.
So either you do believe in dating or you don't believe in dating. Either you do believe in it or you don't. Because when I first said I don't believe in dating, he said, I agree. I don't believe in dating either.
Right.
Word for word. Word for word.
Mm-hmm.
And then Angela Yee brought up the fact that, listen, well, what about men that, you know, just want to hit or whatever? He said, tell them $50,000. That's what he says.
That's what that was about?
A lot of men just try to get you to sleep with you.
So how long do I have to do that before I can
No, because I tell my sisters this. If a dude wants to date you, 50,000. 50,000 off
like
top.
in cash or
50, no, if they can't afford a payment plan, 50,000.
Okay.
And if they don't have it, you're dating in the wrong pool.
Wait, what? Who is this guy?
I told him that the receipts don't lie. And that we was going to be able to go and pull up the receipts. Now, the beautiful thing about it is that I like to come in with a fresh mind. And so I don't study people prior to or leading up to like the days and the weeks before. I don't study. I just want to deal with the talking points. I'm not having no personal ad hominem attacks or none of that. I'm going to attack the argument and I'm going to answer the question. I throw it on as I was getting in the shower when I got to my hotel just to learn a little bit more about him. And I didn't go to his platform. I typed in his name. First thing I seen on another platform was him on Angela Yee. And so I observe it. I observed literally the first 35, 40 minutes. And I said, okay, interesting. So then when we start getting into the questions, because I don't know what the questions are ahead of time, and they say, hey, do you believe in dating? I said, no. He says, I agree. Women shouldn't date. Men shouldn't date. The first thing that pops up in my mind was, you just said that on Angela Yee's platform.
He said,
Because
not
it's
so
fresh. It's
fast.
literally fresh in my mind 1 hour before I ever go over there to go and do the podcast. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, neither here nor there. Because I told him that this is going to live forever. Because, you know, the internet is forever. You can say whatever you want to say in a live. But when the dust settles, we're going to find out what's really going on. Anyways, aside from that, leaving all of that aside, Carrie, I want to get your thoughts. What did you think about the debate?
All right, so let me first talk about. I think that both of you all.
Well, wait. Okay, so let me ask this first. Were you entertained?
Okay.
Did you think it was a good show?
I thought that it was good. It wasn't that I was entertained, but I thought that it was a good conversation. Y'all both got a little petty with each other here and there, but I think that was fine considering overall everybody was, respectful and all of that.
Did you think it was gonna get petty, like really petty, like personal?
No, I didn't think it would get personal because one, I don't think that either one of you all would go that deep. Like, I don't think either one of you would get that disrespectful. And not for nothing, even though you guys disagree on a lot, both of you all's real life situations are from the, the outside looking in's eye is pretty good. So it would be, to me, it would be obvious if you were trying to take personal digs at one another. But that said, I think that it was a good conversation. And I got more respect for you, Anton, honestly, because of how you
For
were.
me?
Yeah.
Why? That's almost implying that it wasn't as much respect prior to. No, I'm just messing
Prior
around.
to, yeah, like you didn't respect it before.
Like, dang, Carrie, we've been working together. We know each other. Jesus Christ.
Well, no, because to me, you because they let it go as long as they did, you guys, and where you all went with the Bible, with like getting deep into beliefs about the roles and like, because of where they allowed the conversation to go, the context you were able to give was interesting. Some of it I've heard you say before, some of it I had not. Now, one of the things that became real apparent to me was, Yada was speaking from a perspective of, I was a part of the crowd of people who was kind of all over the place. I didn't come from a two-family home. I came kind of from a broken background, and I figured my way out and landed where I am. Whereas my perspective on you, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that you're, in so many words, you're where you had always planned you would be, because it seems from how you talk that you kind of had somewhat of a game plan at every step of, like, of your life. And the way that he was talking, it was like, okay, you just got to this space and you're trying to teach. Maybe don't try to teach. Keep living out what your journey is, and share. There's a big difference in you sharing your story with people than you taking your story and using
That's what
it
I was
as
saying
a
to him.
teaching tool for people.
That's what I was saying to him. Is that what you're saying?
That was what came off through you all's conversation. You pointed that out at one point in time. You pointed that
You
out
are
to him.
struggling to land this plane.
No, she's breaking it down good. I like it.
I'm really not.
No, go ahead, Carrie. I like what you're saying.
But at one point in time, you did bring that up. I just don't remember at what point you brought that up. So for me, Yada was he still has journeying to do. Not that you don't, not that you're perfect or whatever, but the stuff that he's speaking on, he's speaking to people who might be listening before they even get into the junk and he like the junk of life. You know what I'm saying? He's speaking to people who might hear his message, and if they try to follow what he's saying, they're gonna have a misstep. Whereas the people who have already had the junk in their life, I can understand how they might be able to relate to him some. So
What was your perspective, Quentin?
I think in fewer words, you were more like a proactive answers, and his was more like a, "Hey, I fucked up. Like, what do we do now?" type of thing. He's like, "Hey, we're here now. We're baby mamas now. How do we deal with these women?" And you're like more
I
like,
don't.
"Hey,
I hear what you're saying. My interpretation of interacting with him and debating with him is that I don't see that he's actually trying to fix a problem.
I agree." And but he has more. You're more like the stern dad, like growing up. Don't do this. Hit you. And he's more like a coddle. It's okay. Just try it again, type of thing. Like he has a lot of grace for people who do stupid shit.
I don't think that he has grace.
Yeah, he does. Like, cause
I
he
I
says like,
I don't think
yeah,
so. I think that
I
the grace is extended based off of who his target demographic is, but not authentic. I don't
okay,
believe that
yeah.
he has
I'm
grace.
not questioning authenticity, but what he put out there,
Carrie
that's
believes in him. Carrie believes
no
that.
no I no listen the I stopped following him. I told y'all I stopped following him when he started getting heavy into this relationship conversation, because for obvious reasons with the Kevin thing, but for what he kind of exposed, like I think that he gives grace to women, and I think he gives grace more so to broken women, but I've also heard his story. Like he filmed when he had a conversation with his father. They had no relationship. He filmed him and his mom. Like he comes from a, quote unquote broken, if you will, I hate saying that, but like a broken background. So once he really started getting into these conversations about relationships, when he's preaching and talking to the men, that's when I disconnected. And it was apparent to me, even in this conversation, that he still is speaking from a place of somebody who was raised maybe more so by a woman, someone who maybe saw the men who he saw were probably more on the negative side, and than the positive side, because like you pointed it out, Anton, one of the examples, he went to the extreme, like women are divorcing because they're abused and all of that, and for many of us, even when we think about divorce, the last thing I think about is a woman divorced her husband because he abused her.
Mm.
So, but I come from I don't have an unhealthy relationship with marriage, with men. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not his advocate. I hope that he does go back and kind of reflect on this a little bit, but it's obvious that he's targeting his female crowd.
And I think that he's doing a good job with it.
Yeah.
He's doing a
But
good job.
unfortunately it is perpetuating the disconnect between men and women, because again, a lot of women are probably going to hear his messaging and be like, okay, so then if I'm dating a guy, he needs to pay me. If I'm dating a guy and he's not at this point, then I
Yeah, but
shouldn't be
that's not
dating
a
him.
way in which you build strong families. That's a way in which you start to target people. Um, and then you don't have any substance behind it, which is not going to keep you married. It's not going to keep
And
you
I will
married.
say, some of the stuff that you say, Anton, stings, and that, like, I really, when I lost a little bit, well, when I lost some of my, I won't say, I lost a little bit for him when the thing with the dating.
Mm-hmm.
And even deeper than what you showed. Shortly after after y'all were talking about that, he said something about like, I'm a teacher. I teach. And he said, I said that to her because she asked me, and because that's kind of the type of time she was already on. So I'm going to meet her where she is. And I was like, wow, that's dangerous, because you're sitting here and you're trying to tell this man that you have this philosophy and that's what you stand on. But when you have a real life example and an opportunity in front of these women to teach based off of what you're saying is your philosophy and your stance, instead of just being direct and honest with them, you change your stance to meet them where they are, to meet a
Yeah.
woman where she is. And this is the very thing that Anton just pointed out with the Bible. You're not supposed to pander to that. If you stayed in alignment with what God, told you to do, then you would have told her, I hear you. You want to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You need to sit down.
Yeah.
You need to do nothing. I know that's not what you want to hear, but that's what you need to do. So right then I was like, it's going to be hard for me to listen to you with the same type of energy, because you're not standing on what you're saying before this man right now.
Let me
So
answer this question. A lot of people don't believe that it's true that the majority of black men do not have children, are not having sex, and have not fathered a child, their own child, let alone a child out of wedlock.
I can answer that last question. It's on blackdemographics.com.
Well, you don't even have to go to that. You can go to the CDC, okay? And I'm gonna share something with you really quickly, just because there's so many different sources that you can actually reference to justify this argument. But according to the CDC, and I'm gonna just pull this up, research. Google is your friend. I research this type of stuff all the time. For example, according to the CDC, all right, and I'm gonna share this with you guys because what I say is a fact. According to the CDC, 55.2% of men, and I looked at percentage of black men without children, 55.2% of men aged 15 through 49 in 2015 through 2019 had not fathered a biological child. That is a fact. That is not my opinion. That is a fact. On average, according to blackdemographics.com, black men were more likely to get married than white men. That is a fact. That is not my opinion. You can go and look up this stuff. The majority of men do not have children out of wedlock, and the majority of men have not even fathered a biological child yet. I do not talk just based off of my opinion. I talk based off of facts. So when I see people use social media talking points, 4 years is a great range to gather, again, and that's just the CDC. There's multiple different sites that you can go to and refer to in order to actually find this out. And I talk to men every single day. See, y'all don't understand. I also coached thousands of men over a period of at least 3 years. I've coached over 2,000 men. The majority of men do not have children out of wedlock. The majority of men do not have children out of wedlock. Here, I'll read the stat. Somebody said read the stat right under that. I'll read the stat right under that. That's cool. I'll read that too. Fertility rates. In 2019, for example, 3% of black men aged 15 through 19 were fathers, compared to 1% of white, Asian, and Hispanic men of the same age among men 20 through 29, 25% of black men were fathers. That means that more than 75 of black men between the ages of 20 and 29 were not fathers. Were not fathers. So when I say that the majority of black men, specific culturally, do not have children out of wedlock, yet the majority of women are single mothers, that should tell you where the issue lies. That is not my opinion. That is a fact. That is according to the CDC.
All right, I am curious about something with that though. Because you did say on you said, so you think the solution is that once you had these women should go back to the men that they had kids with.
For that particular question, yes. Now, what he decided to do is he used extreme examples in order to try to pander to people's feelings, in which I immediately called him out. I said, listen, you want to use extreme examples of abuse and all of this stuff? Of course, but that is not the majority of the reason why people leave. Most people leave for money or something of the sort, or
No, I agree
feelings.
with you. So, but
So
considering
when
the
you
stat,
solve for something, you first solve for the majority. You don't use extreme talking points to address the majority of the issues. First, the majority of women are having children with a minority of the men. That is a fact. That is 100% a fact. That is not my opinion. And so
no,
I hate
I
when people try to make it out to seem like, oh man, these dudes out here. No, it's not. Most men are not even having sex regularly. It's not true. And most men want to be married. So, I hate when people come up there and pander, because then they'll say, oh, okay, well, no, it's just a bunch of wrong guys out here. No, that's not true. It's a lie. And if you want to solve for a problem, you got to solve for and that's why I say you can get 99% of men to not do something. And it doesn't matter, because you can take a small percentage of women that seek the same guy, that's swiping right on the same guy, and he can fuck them all and get them all pregnant.
but that's my point. So I agree with you. I agree that most of the single moms is not because they were necessarily with an abusive man. And obviously, if you are, like, get yourself out, get safe. But considering the stat, right? That doesn't really leave what you're saying as a true option for many, because for some women they're sharing the guy with another woman, or the guy has moved on and he's married or with somebody else. So the option of, like, let me go back and fix my family might not even be on the table. So what do you say to those people?
Say that again. What's the final question?
What do you say to the women who it's not an option to go back with the father of their child because the father moved on,
What do you
or
mean
the
that's not an
father is?
option? Every situation is different. That's why I said the context is that nobody is a monolith, right?
No, I
So
know that, but there's a
it's so many different scenarios. It would be hard for me to just answer it in a blanket question, though.
why
So
that
because
there.
okay, so like for
So
example,
let's say
one of the
half of the
options is
women.
a woman may be widowed. Another option could be that he remarried and got with somebody else. Another option could be she just don't like that nigga because she feel like she leveled up and she experienced another man. Like, it's so many different scenarios that would then warrant a different answer depending on the circumstances.
I hear you, and I'm not talking about individual situations, but let's just say of the women who are single moms. Let's
Mm-hmm.
just say, I don't know this, but let's say half of them
Mm-hmm.
don't have the option to go be with the man because he is
I don't think
unavailable.
that that's inaccurate, but let's play your scenario. Let's
Right,
play your
I agree.
scenario
I'm
out.
just
I don't think it's even remotely
arbitrary
close to
number.
half, but let's play the scenario out.
But let's just play it out. So they're listening to you. All right, you said I should go back and be with the man, the father. I can't. So now what?
Why?
Now what
Give
should
me a scenario. Give me a hypothetical scenario.
the scenario is that he has remarried.
Okay. So you asking me what should the woman do?
Yeah.
If she can get a man that will take on her children, she should. Women are naturally hypergamous. I think that they should do the thing that's best for them. What I speak to is I would because I'm a man. So I say, and I said it yesterday, that I would never tell a man to do something that I would not do myself. That's
Mm-hmm.
disingenuous. And so if a woman can find a man that will do that, God bless her. I wish her the best. And I think that she absolutely should do the thing that's best for her. The one caveat to that is if you fuck up with him too, at what point do you then say, I'm the problem, and we stop blaming men for the problem that you are and you never fixed before you got into another relationship? That's the part of the conversation that we don't have. If you can, because you are naturally hypergamous, God bless you. Do what you got to do, queen. But if you keep on having children out of wedlock, and there's so many women with multiple baby daddies, why don't we hold them accountable and say, who the fuck are you, and why you can't keep a man, and why you keep having children out of wedlock? We don't ever broach that because it is a sensitive subject that don't nobody want to address. But we keep on having them kids though. Do it. Get it. Fix your situation, but fix you first before you invite some other man into your household with your kids. That's what I ask. That's what I advocate for. I wouldn't do it, but if you can get it, get it. But when you gonna fix you too? Because we got to stop blaming men for every single thing that you're doing wrong. That's what I say. That's what I'm saying though. And if
Yeah, that
it's
was
and if it's so different, then why don't we update family court laws that was established at a time when women didn't have the option to choose for themselves? And they didn't have the rights that they have today. And they didn't have the opportunities that they have today. Why are women so against updating family court laws? Because they wrong. And that chameleon spirit is still in them. Somebody said, let me see what her name is. Lizby says, that's not how you normally say it. What's not how I normally say it? Because I speak to men. And so I would never advocate for a man to do something that I wouldn't do myself. If you can, do it. Hmm? Because that's not because y'all women don't ask additional questions, they just get offended. Women don't ask additional questions, they just get offended. They just say, "Oh, I don't like him." Listen, if you seen the majority though, I was right yesterday. I was
man,
absolutely right on everything that I fucking said. Here's the beautiful part about it. You know what I seen and I laughed. It was so hilarious to me. These same women that say that I'm wrong was in there throwing ad hominem attacks at me the whole time. His wife must be under duress. He must be a bottom. These are the same women that will say I deserve a good man, but they were saying some of the most foul, egregious shit. And I didn't say nothing negative to him. As a matter of fact, I had so much ammunition that I could have loaded up, and I removed myself from having that because that had nothing to do with what we was debating. And I showed him respect, and I said, "Listen, I would never talk about your personal wife or your kids or none of that type of stuff." I extended grace like a motherfucker yesterday. But
No,
you
yeah, you
seen these
did.
evil, hateful, ugly women that was in that live chat yesterday that couldn't wait to say some evil, ugly shit because that's a reflection of who they are in real life. And these same
Well,
women will sit there and tell you that they deserve a good man. No, you ugly and you evil in your heart, in your spirit.
I don't think that it's necessarily that they're ugly and evil in their spirit. I think that you're calling a lot of people out. Like, listen, it's hard to list. It's hard to hear some of the stuff that you say because some of the stuff you call out, many of us are past that point of having done it, like the right way or a more optimal way. So nobody wants to admit that they messed up or that they're gonna have to get less than they think they should because of a decision that they made. So I would bet my life that most of the women who were probably making those comments were probably either single moms in a relationship they really don't want to be in, or was the product of a single mom. Like, you were probably hitting home. In other words, you're probably hitting home.
Good. That's what I came
No,
to do.
I
I
agree
wasn't
with
out,
you.
and I said it on the platform. I wasn't there to promote a product. I wasn't there to tell people to join the Patreon. I told them straight up. I said, "Oh, I'm not here to sell nothing. I'm here to work. That's all I.
Well, and
That's
I
all
think
I'm
there
here
were.
for. I am here to work. I don't need no subscriptions. I don't need nothing. The only thing I want you to do is hear this message and let it burn your soul. And if it don't hit you, if it don't apply, then let it fly." He just so happened to be the person that was standing in front of me. That message was going out no matter what.
Yeah.
Whether he showed up or not, that message was going. It was going, and whoever heard it, they were supposed to hear it. Take it for what you will. You can reject it. You can hold on to it. That's on you. That message was going. Whether he showed up or not, I flew to Atlanta to talk to somebody's soul. And that's exactly what I did. Now, y'all can do what the fuck y'all want to with it, but I did what I was supposed to do. I did my job. Because everything that I do before I do it, I ask God, is this what I'm supposed to do? Is this where you want me to go? And is this who you want me to talk to? Sometimes he tell me no, and sometimes he tell me yes. And you can ask Rita. You can ask Rita. Every single thing that I do, I talk to God and I ask him, give me the answer and show me a sign. Give me a witness. Give me a witness. And sometimes he say, nope, that's not for you. And other times he say, go, and by any means you get there. And so I was there to work. I wasn't there to talk and make friends and shake hands and network. Nope, I don't want to do business. Nope, I'm not interested in, I don't need no money. Nope, I don't need your flights. Nope, I don't need your products. Nope, I'm not trying to sell you nothing. I'm here to do work. That's it. Whatever else you got after that, you ain't fighting with me. You fighting with the word that I gave you. That ain't my battle. I'm going home and I'm gonna sleep well at night because I did what I was supposed to do. And I'm gonna be rewarded for it. And that's how I live my life. One moment at a time, one conversation at a time, one purpose at a time. Everybody else, they can let it fall where it may. Don't give a fuck about what nobody's feelings are. That's what I do. And anybody that's standing in my way, they can get that work too. He just so happened to be the person that was on the other end of that punching stick. And that's why I don't have to throw I wasn't gonna throw no ad hominem attacks. It wasn't about him. It was about what he represented. And the questions was given to me so that I can give the context to the people for those that needed to hear it. They can get mad if they want to. They still got to go home at the end of the night. When they cut their computer off, they still dusty, and you still ain't got no daddy for your kid. Nothing changed after you got mad at my message. What you think you deserved and what you have is two different things. Now, if you want to bridge the gap, then come see me. But if you want to keep living in la la land, have at it. God bless you. I will never see you again. I will never see you again. I don't care. I don't see you. I don't even remember you after I walk away. After I shake your hand and I meet you in real life and I walk away, I'm thinking about my next objective. I don't give a fuck at all. I'm there to work. All of that other shit, you can keep it. So that's where I stand on it. Maybe y'all got a different perspective. Why you why you laughing, Carrie?
No, I mean, you did good. Seriously, you did good. You did good.
Well,
Especially what part was it when he turned away and you were like, nah, look at me.
No, look at me in my
Nah,
eyes.
look
I'm
at me.
looking at you.
And
Yeah, that's what I told him in real life.
but
I don't
Look
see
at me,
cameras.
King.
some
I
of
don't
those
see none of
things.
that. I don't see the TV. I don't see the chat. I don't see nothing. I wasn't looking at nothing. Everything was turned off in front of me. The only thing I wanted to see was you directly. Look at me in my eyes. Don't turn away from me. Look at me and stop blinking so much. Get you
I
some
think that
water. I told him, I said, get you some water. God told me to get you some water. That's honest to God. When we walked in and we met each other, I said, God told me to get you a couple extra bottles of water. That's why when we was in the live stream, I said, I told you was going to need that water.
Yeah, you did say that.
I said, I told you was gonna need that water. God told me to tell you to get some more water. You gonna need that. Don't deny it.
What that
Right,
he
2
was
water
talking with
bottles.
that.
Anton was
Honest to God, I told him I said it. I said, man, you're gonna need more than 1 bottle of water, bro. You should get you about 3 of them. Hey, go ahead and line them up and get him some water. You're gonna need that. And throughout the first round, he was drinking and drinking and drinking. I said, you're gonna need some extra water, King. Look at me in my eyes. You're not battling with me, you battling with God. This is different. You can't hotbox with me. But whatever.
So one of the things, actually, my husband and I were talking about that. One of the things that we noticed when he did that was that that was like a foundational type of a moment where you can tell that you probably were taught, like, when you're talking to a man, look him in his face, pay attention to, you know what I'm saying,
He was
the
nervous.
etiquette,
He was nervous.
the etiquette. And I
I could
wish I
see it
could
in his
remember
hand when I shook his
exactly.
hand. It was like this.
I wish I could remember what you guys were talking about right at that point, because you had brought up something that I believe probably resonated with him, but it would be really hard to come back around and say, you're hitting something there. So he turned away. Like, that's how I read the body language. So I was glad when you were like, no, turn back around, because really what was happening was that was a teachable moment for him to pick some gems of wisdom up just by the demeanor of how we have this conversation. So I don't know, you did good. And because I know you from being online, so
Yeah.
what you were saying there is consistent with what you've been saying. Like, you can like you or not, but it is true that your messaging, from what I've seen, has been consistent. And not for nothing, you put yourself in situations where you allow yourself to be challenged. I'm not saying Yada doesn't go on panels or whatever, but from what I've seen, most of the time that he's speaking before people, it's either, monologue style, or it's among people who are probably more agreeable to him than not. So he's
No, it's
probably not.
amongst people that ain't rich and don't have the results. See, it's different when you facing somebody that's actually that got everything that you profess to be. Been married longer, more successfully married, and I'm rich too. And I don't need to count pockets, but see, the argument is gonna be different. The conversation is gonna be different because you're not talking to a Dusty. You talking to a him. And see, we could see the real. We could spot that. I could see your demeanor. I could see the way your eyes move. I could see it when you shake my hand. I could see the confidence that you have when I walked up. I could spot everything about you. I could tell you exactly how it's gonna go before we sit down. I could see it. See, it's different when you're talking to a man. When you're talking to a man's man, it's a whole nother conversation than if you're talking to somebody that needs you or somebody that look up to you. I don't look up to you. I look up to God. That's it. I don't fear no man. No man. God has given me
Right.
everything that I need. That's equipped me to be prepared for what it is that I got to do. So I mean, God bless him. Here, meet my wife. This is Rita. Rita said, "Hi." Then she whispered in my ear, "He not ready. Don't be so hard on him, man. Time. Give him grace." Said, "I got you, Queen." Let me keep it going. Y'all got any other thoughts about this before we move on?
Yeah, I just want to say one thing
Wait,
because
wait,
I
wait.
saw.
But then she said, give him grace. Don't be so hard on him. I said, you pray for him. That's what I said. You pray for him.
I just think if he takes a few steps back, like in his videos now, he has a podium set up. Like, I just think if he takes a few steps back.
What? What you mean a podium, like a pulpit?
Like a pulpit podium, yes.
Oh God! Come
Oh,
on, man.
He had his king's chair for a while, but now he has a podium. And I just think if he would go back to just share your journey. There's so much power. Everybody, you don't have to be a teacher by directing. Like sometimes just share your journey, share your story, and people can take what they need from that. That's all. And I think he needs to stay in that space right now.
God bless him. God bless him. Any other? What was you about to say, Slimmy? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I just caught somebody's comments during the debate last night, and I caught some of the comments that they say in the day, and I catch some of the comments that they say all the time, and they are just so negative. And the 1K, I just want to tell you, shut your bitch ass up, man. You always motherfucking hating and being weird. Stop that shit, man. It's weird.
Slimmy being mean.
Nah, man, nah, man. If man, if I was to show you some of them messages that they was putting in there, man, like it's just like, what you
That's
be
what
doing?
comes with it, Slimmy. You just got to eat that. That's just the way life is, man.
Yeah, I guess you're
That's
right,
just
man. That
life.
shit so
It's just
fucking
life.
weird though, man.
I wouldn't worry about it. All right, y'all. Let me read some of these super chats, and then we're gonna move over into another part of the show. Fun times, fun times. Big Al says, "Yo, big dog, what up? Thanks for busting Yada's dumb A up. Shout out to Big Al. I appreciate you." Chad from Moore says, "Those two dudes, they be making whole mud houses with simple tools, been proven false by some construction equipment being seen in the videos." Yeah, that is true. I did see that too. High Tolerance says, "This ninja's got women crashing out, soliciting repoed, refurbished, and salvage box. He knows his target demographic and exactly who to pander to. A woman with godly counsel can see through the BS." I will also say that I started to address him directly about some of the stuff he said about Kevin Samuels, but it wasn't on my heart to do so, so I let it go. I let
Hey,
it
that
go.
was commendable too.
I let it go.
Cause
It's not. It wasn't
yeah,
worth the conversation. It doesn't solve for anything. It doesn't push the narrative. It doesn't push the conversation forward. Um, his mother is fine. His daughter is fine, so it's nothing for me to discuss. Wu Tang says, "Carrie, please try to make your point using fewer words. Sound like you're walking on eggshells when you talk." Organized Truth says, Time Dog destroy yada yada sounded like a phony a preacher. A bunch of word salad from him. Danny Shea says, "Watching Yada in that debate yesterday, all I got was one of those Hotep grifters. He gonna he gonna have bras dating Pookies." Bougie Reacts says, "80 love your content, you school Yada, but when you lie, comforting lies, women buy. Big bro, what streaming platform do you use for the layout? Is beautiful." Oh, you're gonna have to become a bag chaser for that one. Kenner Young says, "I'm not into who got cooked and who didn't. It's good to see you stood firm on the biblical topic. Yada was twisting a word for his own personal gain, and you're not supposed to twist the word either. A lot of people can't peep game. It's sad people like their ears coddled." Captain Blue says, "Anton, you're not lying. I was watching the chat and women was off the pander. You was spitting facts the whole show. And those Jello monsters, I ain't never heard of that one before. Jello
yeah,
monsters is mad. AD, next time, extend no grace and check that mother effer for calling you Antoine. Nope. You got to extend grace. Because listen, I know that did get on your nerve. However, if it's not conducive, if it's not, my father always said that it's a time and a place for everything. And if you plan chess in your mind, if it doesn't actually work in your favor or it's not going to be conducive, it's almost like if I check somebody, right? But it doesn't actually manifest itself to be something beneficial, but it just makes the situation worse. What was the point of doing it? Everything that you do got to be conducive to what your purpose is. So that's what I was taught. Forsaken Archive says we need to leave them behind. They making excuses. My dog Ray Sean, shout out to Ray Sean. It's tough when the truth is met with resistance. You did what you needed to do. Timeout says when they go to church, doesn't the pastor call people out specifically addressing an individual with the word? These same people don't say anything bad to the pastor when it hits close to home. Blaze Skywalker says the moment you told him he not he got a good product, and he said thank you, exposed him. I never tasted it. I just, if it's good, if it's a good product and people like it, then hey, do your thing. I ain't trying to stop his business. This man Anton need to be a pastor. He be having me thinking, damn, I need to get my life together. Get your life together then. Triple X says, would you debate Tariq Nasheed or Jason Black? Yeah, what's the subject? I'll debate anybody. About what? Now the question is, would they debate me? I don't care who it is. Check out Cam's Pop the Balloon is cringing. Ashley, who is Cam? What you mean Cam's? Which Cam? Cam got a Pop the Balloon? I don't know. Deacon Demon Yada, y'all crazy. Devin Braxton says, Slimmy, I need you to come up and follow up on anti-message a little better. JP says, Kamala Pop. Oh yeah, I did see that Kamala's Pop the Balloon ad. Yeah, I did see that. And shout out to Forsaken Archives for the bag chasers. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Trust me, most of the profits from this live stream goes to the people that's on the panel. You know what I'm saying? They got all of my pockets yesterday, I think. Yeah. Carrie stole out of my pockets. Quentin stole out of my pockets. Slimmy definitely stole out of my pockets. So anyway.
I didn't get nothing yesterday.
You lie.
It didn't come through.
All right, let me ask for a refund on that one then. Let me get my refund. All right, y'all. So before I actually plan on covering this tomorrow on the Millionaire Morning Show, but we might as well go ahead and recover it now also. This kind of is breaking news. This is breaking news. Y'all don't even know what I'm about to talk about.
Lord Trump.
Nathan Wade. Hell. Nathan Wade. The transcripts is being released, and I've been screaming at the top of the roof about, ta-da, Nathan Wade did meet, and Fonnie Willis did meet with the Justice Department prior to filing charges. They met with the White House, and they built the Justice Department prior to filing charges against Trump. And they now trying to figure out if they really did participate in election interference. Check it out.
Well, former Georgia Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade is now admitting to several meetings with White House officials during his time on the state's Trump case. Now, that's coming from a newly released transcript of Wade's deposition on Capitol Hill last week. Wade resigned from the Trump probe back in March after his romantic relationship with Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis came to light. Mike Emanuel is live in Washington with the latest details. Mike.
Emily, good afternoon. In his meeting with lawmakers and congressional staff, Nathan Wade's memory was a little fuzzy. Wade was asked, quote, did the interview with D.C. White House, to your recollection, involve anyone from the Department of Justice? Answer, I don't recall. On another matter, Wade was a little more clear when he was asked, quote, and did anyone in the White House direct you or, to your knowledge, anyone else at the Fulton County District Attorney's Office to file charges against Donald Trump? Answer, no, ma'am. Wade was on Capitol Hill 1 week ago for that questioning. In May 2022, Wade billed for a meeting with the White House counsel's office at his hourly rate of $250. But when asked about it, Wade could not detail the purpose of the meeting. Wade used some version of I don't recall more than 30 times when questioned by lawmakers and staff during closed-door testimony. The House Judiciary Chairman says Wade's 2022 visit to Washington sounds very political.
You got the whole thing with Nathan Wade, taxpayer money going to Nathan Wade. He was traveling to Washington, meeting with the DOJ, the White House, the January 6th committee, all in this effort to go after President Trump.
Wade left the Trump case due to his romantic relationship with Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis. Willis warned Wade against revealing case details to lawmakers, noting the risk of harming ongoing legal proceedings. The newly released transcript says Wade met with Biden administration staff on at least 2 occasions during the Fonnie Willis probe into former President Trump. Emily?
Mike, thank you. Harris, what are voters to make of this?
You know, it's interesting because they're both so very different, right? I mean, you've got Fani Willis and you've got her lover, and the only two things that they have in common was take down Trump, and they tried to do that. I'm not so sure that the Justice Department shouldn't have jumped in here early and taken a real good look at this. Because I want to know, is this happening in other places around the country? And with him now bringing forth information so late in the game, why didn't we know this before? And why is everything always right before an election? I mean, it's important to know what is going on. But was this legal warfare? Is that really close to, really truthful? It looks like it was, in fact. It looks like we could have used these receipts a while ago. So why is the DOJ involved? This is a presidential candidate that this had to do with. Which, by the way, I mean, we wouldn't get that attention from the DOJ, but shouldn't somebody who's running for the country?
So, Kaylee, to Harris's point, we need answers, but frankly, none were revealed. That's the whole point. There weren't receipts. He says, I don't know why I was having these meetings at the White House. I billed for it, but I can't articulate why I was there. So the question is it incompetence? Is it fraud? And is it an absolute travesty of the justice system? To Harris's point, this is a presidential candidate.
Yes.
And no matter what, this is unacceptable.
Yeah, look, I mean, there are so many questions. Nathan Wade, I'm not obviously in his head, thankfully, but Nathan Wade, I mean, you have this May 2022 meeting with the White House counsel's office, and you bill $250 per an hour, and you don't know what the meeting's about. You don't have a record of the meeting. I mean, you know this, Emily. In law, when you have billable hours, you write with some level of specificity what you did during the hour. It's not just trip to D.C., pay me X number of dollars. It's trip to D.C. to discuss X, Y, or Z. So he didn't keep any detailed notes, it seems. Then you go to November 2022, where he does not remember why he met with the White House. This is a local Georgia prosecutor. Mm-hmm. When you meet with the White House, let me tell you, I mean, I did it at the federal level when I was outside of the White House just working on the campaign. You remember why you meet with the White House. It's a huge deal. And for a local Georgia prosecutor, this is a massive deal. But his memory evades him. And I just remember his interview with Caitlin Collins, where a consultant had to step in and stop him from answering something. And they had to go confer to the side. And then he comes back. Not in his head, but I don't know why he doesn't have a memory of this.
Your point about the billing, Kennedy, there are that specificity is required for ethics reasons. So you do not just say meeting. You actually do have to, within 30 days, specify exactly to the 0.6 of a minute or the 0.6 of a quarter hour, what exactly were you doing? So that was a long time ago. Those notes were certainly reflected in those business accountings. We also know that now he had to take a racketeering class before joining the prosecution team. The caliber dealing with a presidential candidate, to me, seems shocking that you would pull in an attorney that needs a course on what to do.
So, what's basically being asserted here, and they're starting to grill them, and I've been yelling this at the mountaintop for a long time. Fani Willis and Mayor Andre Dickens down in Atlanta, it is public record that they met with the White House vice president, the White House, prior to filing charges against Trump in Georgia. Now it's being revealed that Nathan Wade, who obviously was her lover and to some extent maybe just recently was still her lover because they both appeared when her daughter had to get arrested in the first place, and it was on the cop cam or whatever, that he billed the Justice Department that then advises whether or not you should file charges against Trump in the first place. And he had to take a racketeering course before even participating in this case in the first place. And so this is breaking news. And what is basically lending itself to is election interference and them trying to prevent Trump from being able to run for president in the United States in the first place. What are y'all thoughts on this, if any?
If they were dealing with the White House with this, like, how is that being overlooked in the fact that this regime is still running for president? Now, how does that work out? They're a part of this. Like, I don't understand how you can run for president when you were a part of trying to illegally keep somebody from running. This is crazy to me.
I don't think this is new news. I think we already knew that they met with the White House. And by that nigga saying he don't recall shit, we didn't really learn nothing.
How do you not recall? I
That's
got
the
invited.
that's like
I got invited just to meet with Trump. I remember every single word that was said. Everyone.
he's lying. It's clear,
He's
like
clearly right. I'm about to say he's
like if you
clearly.
watch any court proceedings, when motherfucker lying, you can't tell what a motherfucker recall yes or no. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like it's perjury without like you can't prove it.
So, does this affect y'all view towards the candidates that are running for president? And does it influence how you see Kamala Harris and the Biden administration at large?
I mean,
don't.
it don't
I
change
don't.
the way I
I
view
don't
them.
really
Like,
think. I'm voting for Trump because my life was on fleek back when he was the president.
Carrie?
Nah, it doesn't change anything for me.
Is this
I'm not
bothersome to
surprised.
y'all though? Is this bothersome to y'all in any way?
I think it's probably normal that like sneaky shit like this happen all the time. We just don't hear about it. Like you have to realize Trump is the reason that all of us are into politics. Before Trump, didn't nobody give two shits about politics. As soon as Trump get in office, everybody and their mama, we start paying attention. So hey, Trump did the whole country a service. Like more people are getting involved now that Trump's been running. I think that's
Yeah, this
we can say that.
this doesn't surprise me. I'm
Like
ever since RFK Jr. explained all of what he had to go through just to get on the ballot and all of that, I was like, okay, I'm not surprised at any stops that are pulled out. And then y'all might laugh at this, but I've been on a blacklist kick. Y'all know the show, The Blacklist?
Yep. I
I've
have
been like
never watched it,
ODing.
but
I've been like ODing on Blacklist. I'm in season 5 now. So a
Howard.
lot of what I'm seeing happening, I know you shouldn't base it off of a TV show, but the government there's a lot of crooked people in the government and it's that they use the power in a way that serves their purpose. I mean, serves their needs. So I'm not surprised at all. And as gullible as people are today, you can do all of this right in front of people's faces. Like you can just it seems like you can do almost whatever and somebody is still going to advocate on your behalf. Somebody is still going to say that you're doing fine, you're doing great. So no, I'm not surprised at all.
Well, even after them two got caught banging, they still be hanging out together and shit, openly in public.
Like even her demeanor on the stand, I was like, oh wow, she is
Like she
okay.
thought she was the king bitch in that motherfucker with her little fat ass.
Okay. Yeah, not surprised.
you know, for me, I don't know how people can continue to ignore who this woman is and what she's selling y'all as far as what her image really is. When, in my opinion, this is a clear case of election interference, which is and got to be one of the most. Because we all know that certain things happen behind the scenes, but to get caught so openly and blatantly with it, and for people to turn a blind eye and ignore it, and to know that people will still vote for it, and they don't even know who this woman is outside of what she's done. And I think that this is one of the biggest things that go into it. It's weird to me. It's wild to me. How can people just completely ignore?
I don't think they care. Like there's certain people, just like Jamisha, she don't care anything about Kamala. All she cares about is she's a black woman.
hey, listen. That's the main thing that gotta stop. That has to stop. Kamala, whichever her name is, she's not black. Like we can't even like you. That has to stop. You can't entertain that shit, man. Like this woman is posing. She's straight up posing. She's not black. She only wants to be black because she wants those votes. She wants black women to recognize her and identify with her. She don't give a fuck about them. Period. It just goes back to, I'm just going to keep saying the same thing over and over and over again. Politicians are not to be trusted. I do not give a fuck who it is. Like, all of this shit that we're talking about is all corruption. Literally, it's all corruption. We're just sitting there just like, and it's normal. No, man, this shit is dead ass fucking wrong, man. Like, I don't even know how this woman can run for president. I don't know how Biden can run for president. Like, they were in the they had meetings with the White House, and everybody just like, oh, okay, it's cool. What?
I don't think anyone said, "Oh, okay, it's cool." I don't think
No,
that's what happened.
Quinn, man. Listen, you start talking to these people, they're not gonna give a fuck about that. If you start breaking this shit down, and you like, well, like, they really trying to keep this dude from running for president illegally. They ran a whole scheme. You think people are gonna be like, no, that's not true? Well, all the facts is there.
I don't think
like,
people
oh,
care.
We don't care.
I don't think that
We
people
don't
care.
They're not gonna give a fuck. All they're gonna do is say, hey, I vote Democrat. That's all they're gonna say. I vote Democrat. And then they're gonna pin her in.
Yeah.
Well, when I got one of these little things the other day from this guy from Planned Parenthood.
You got something from Planned Parenthood? Seriously?
What? Yes. Can y'all see
Seriously?
it? Wait.
That's
Where's
crazy. What is this? Hold on, let me see.
We can see it,
must
girl.
hold on, wait.
I'm sorry.
No, say it, show it. We must elect champions of reproductive freedom up and down. Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then
wow, that's crazy.
And then right
that's
here.
Another thing though. That's genocidal,
insane, bro.
That's a genocidal agenda.
So not that
right
I
there,
was
Planned
considering her, but this one right here, this was like, yeah, no bueno for real. Like I want my Trump hat. Like I'm like, because
that's crazy.
Because I really started delving deeper into this whole reproductive thing, because what I'm noticing is people say reproductive freedoms, but I'm like, what exactly are we talking about here? Are we talking about abortions? Are we talking about IVF?
Yes.
Because I hear them talking about IVF. So I delved in deeper, and I hear them bringing up these stories about women who, they died, or they got hurt or whatever because they couldn't get the abortion that they needed, and they want to have kids and all of this. And I did more research. First of all, most of the abortions that women have are not because it was a life threatening situation.
That's correct.
And
we know.
And when I started to look up, okay, what is really happening in the states? There are a few states who have stricter, like laws, but I couldn't find a state where it was totally off the table 100%. Most of the states that had the real strict laws were, the great, the incest or what have you. And then I'm like, so then what is the real issue here? Because if you look at it, Trump is saying the same thing. Like, he's not saying no abortion. He's saying there should be a limit.
Correct.
When I went back to Roe v. Wade, there were limitations in Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade didn't allow for you.
Carrie is doing the research.
Roe v. Wade didn't allow for you to have an abortion until you're, 9 months, pregnant or what have you. And then I thought back in the day, and I'm gonna get a little personal with y'all. I would be hard pressed to name a female that I grew up with who did not have an abortion. Wow. And I can't think
you said what, Rita?
Women.
Rita said facts.
I can't think of many more than one. I can't think of.
Rita said she can't think of. Hold on, wait, Carrie, because you listen to this. What'd you say, Rita?
I can't think of one person that I grew up with that didn't have one.
Rita's saying the same thing as you.
Yeah.
So y'all saying that most young women, or most women that y'all grew up with, or almost every woman that, to memory, probably had an abortion.
Had.
Rita says she knows people that has had multiple.
Me too. Me too.
That was just the thing.
Now,
I do too.
I don't know nobody. Not off memory, not that I know of. That's crazy.
now,
Okay, so now I know why they playing into that demographic, because they basically seriously using it as a form of contraception.
they are seriously using it as a form of contraception.
Wow, that's
Right.
crazy.
And
That's
I
insane.
vividly remember how available Planned Parenthood was to us for abortions, for condoms, for all different types of things, for lubricants, for like it was put in your face. And many people took advantage of it in a lot of different ways. And I'm gonna say this. I know this personally. That's as far as I'll go. I know this personally. And this goes back to what I was saying, Anton. Hopefully you can hear me. But this goes back to what I was saying, y'all, about some of the women who responded to to what Anton was saying negatively, is probably because he's talking to them. So for me, this whole like abortion conversation, it hit close to home, because many of us were able to take advantage of things that were available to us. So it would be easy to say, if you participated, then how dare you vote against it, or it being strict. But if you really take a look at some of your behavior and call yourself out and say, wait, I had no business doing stuff at that age. Other women had no business doing stuff at that age. So maybe if things were a little bit tighter, if the reins were tighter, if the conversation about abstinence was better, if the conversation about cherishing your body that God gave you was stronger, if people were not afraid to talk about how families should stay together, if people were not afraid to talk about not getting pregnant and make it very difficult for you to have an abortion, then maybe a lot of things wouldn't have went down that way. So for me, as a mom now who's 41 with 2 daughters of my 4 kids, I have to be able to call myself out on things and change my stance on stuff. And to me, this all that they talk about is reproductive freedom. So to me, a girl who is 18, a girl who is 19, 21, this is in her face 24/7. So this is not going to make her take a step back when she's about to have sex with somebody, period or
Because she knows she got
unprotected. This is
options.
not going to take, yeah, she got options. And she has a whole crew of people who are going to back her and say, it's okay. You have reproductive freedoms. It's okay. It's your body. We're going to skip over the fact that you shouldn't even been sexually involved, period. We're going to skip over
That's
that
crazy.
and go to the freedoms. So yeah, this did it for me.
Wow. I never heard anybody put it like that, to where they don't know that more people than not that they know growing up had not only one but multiple different deletions in a life. That's crazy. I never grew up thinking to myself, man, I'm gonna have to at some point I'll probably have to convince a chick just in case you get. I never did that. I was so deathly afraid of catching a disease. You know what I'm saying? Honestly,
Mhm.
I never even got to the point to where I would ever be in a position of where I would have to convince a chick to, just in case, hey man, you know you might have to get an
Anton, they
abortion.
had a
That was never a
trailer
thing to
set
me.
up. They had a trailer set up outside of my high school where you could go and get tested for STDs. You can go. They can, if you had chlamydia, if you had any of the ones where you
That's
can like take a
crazy.
pill or a shot, you could go to the trailer outside of the high school.
I ain't never heard of that before.
Yeah, I've been talking about this since 2019 with Planned Parenthood. Like I was on Facebook, like, and motherfuckers was going in, and then it all came out that, you know, they literally are selling kids organs. They sell the organs, you know. So for every yeah, it's a big thing. And somebody put it in the chat, man. This been going on for like Margaret Sanger, Martha Sanger, whoever it was that created
Margaret
this.
Sanger, that's her name.
Yeah, she practiced eugenics. You know what I'm saying? So all this shit is a form of genocide. It was never about women's rights. All this shit is about genocide, man. Like, and people got to wake up. And they talking about my body, my choice. That shit was never about your choice.
Yeah.
Never. Never.
But see
It should
that.
be.
But see
And
again, this goes into, and this is a part of the conversation that we didn't have on a debate last night between me and Yada, where we don't talk about the fact that women are en masse using that as a form of contraception.
Yep.
And they not only destroying babies, but they destroying their own bodies.
Yep.
You can't keep having that and thinking that you're going to function normally or be available for a child without the risk of pregnancy at a later date because you've already started to mutilate your body.
And another thing I keep
Jesus
seeing,
Christ.
I keep seeing a lot of women post on their Instagram that they keep ending up in the hospital. They keep going to the hospital. They back and forth in and out the hospital. I know it's either one or two things going on. They done had too many abortions, or they done had some work done and that shit is going left.
Okay, so let me ask y'all
Ain't no
another
way.
question because I am ignorant to this. Okay, how does Plan B work?
Nigga, you go to Walgreens, nigga. You show them
on the
that you're
shelf.
18, and you pop that bitch like some Advil.
So what does it
You have
look
to do
like?
it.
What
You
does
have
it
to
look
do it
like?
within 72 hours of you.
Just like a little white pill.
Look at Quinn got
That's
excited about that one.
I'm not gonna lie. Like 2 of my girlfriends had abortions, not because I asked them to. They just did it.
Wait,
They had them
they went and
previously,
they
or
went
they
and did
had
it
them from
without.
you.
No, it was for
They did
me.
it without
And
asking.
then one of them got mad that I wouldn't pay for it, and the other one got mad because I didn't go with her. I said I ain't about killing babies, y'all. That's on y'all.
So it looked
Wait,
like aspirin. What is it, like 1 or 2?
I don't know. It's
One.
different now.
And so you take it like an aspirin, and what does it do to your body?
Stops you from ovulating, stops the egg from releasing from the ovaries.
But how long does it take for the sperm to get to the egg?
So you have to take it within.
72 hours, right?
I thought it was 24 hours.
24 hours?
I mean, I don't know.
Just to be clear, this was like when I was like 23, 24 years old.
You have to take it.
A long time ago.
It's one pill.
I thought it was within.
It prevents the fertilization of the egg. But how many Plan Bs can you take before you start messing up your insides? You know about that? Rita is all things health. That's all she look at on every single platform. Is she be diagnosing my daughter before she even get to the doctor, and then she be telling the doctor, "You should check for this, check for this, check for that." Yeah, you did go to school for that junk too. I forgot about that. They say 72 hours.
Oh, 72. Okay.
So how long did it take for the swimmers to get get in the swim meet?
Well, the from what I studied, the male sperm goes quicker and dies sooner than the female sperm. So
You got one on you, Fab Brown? Oh Jesus.
you got a pill on him?
No.
I know, like this is so bad. Like one of my friends,
they say it's hard on the female
was
body.
going on a date, and I called her. I said, "What you doing?" She said, "Picking up a Plan B." I said, "What for?" He was like, "Cause I'm gonna fuck this nigga, and he ain't the kind of nigga that like to pull out." I said,
"Oh
nigga,
shit."
I said, "What?"
Oh no.
That's wild.
No. Y'all baby popping them like it's NyQuil daytime.
Yeah, it's like going. She went on this day going in, knew he was gonna bust up in there.
On.
Well,
And now they're on the shelf.
That's rude. Going on mute since Carrie cutting people off.
I'm sorry.
Quinn has never went off on Carrie either. I've noticed that. Carrie, your time is coming, Carrie.
You cut me off twice tonight. We got one more time.
You my iPad's on delay. You gotta give me some grace. My iPad's on delay.
I got a question to ask the panel and the chat. Like, this shit is so far gone, like in sex and sexual. Like, we so far gone on this shit. Like, we don't. What does that?
Insurance should pay for over-the-counter birth control. The White House proposed.
No.
Your
Why are
body
they
proposed
standing
something.
on this shit? Like they're like
Absolutely.
they 10 toes on this kill
Absolutely.
baby shit.
They are.
Listen,
They in it.
listen,
They
man.
they
This
got
shit is
all of
so
their
far
feet in
gone.
there.
Yeah, it
Like
says the
people don't even
Biden
realize.
administration. Oh, I'm sorry.
People don't even realize that condoms themselves, that shit is damn near an abomination.
What to do?
And we
What?
talk using a condom is an abomination. Like you're not supposed to be using a condom. You're not.
Why do you say
Because
that, Slimmy?
you're not supposed to be having sex without being married. You're
No, I
only supposed
understand
to.
that. I understand
Yeah.
that. But I'm saying that
It's an.
what if you're not ready? What if she's not ready to get pregnant yet and you are married though?
You're not supposed to be having sex.
I don't know about
Nigga.
that, Slimmy.
No, you're not.
Nigga,
Nigga.
I'm out. I'll catch y'all on Friday's episode, nigga. I'm
Yeah,
out.
No,
you
you
can be
don't go
dramatic. Be
nowhere.
dramatic all you want to. Be
Slimmy, I
dramatic all
don't know
you
about
want
that
to.
one.
Be dramatic all you want to. But the
Not-
facts are you're not supposed to be having sex unless you're ready to bear a child. That's the scripture. So all this abortion, all this plan B, all these contraceptions like the IUD, that shit is an abomination. Like you're not supposed to have that shit. Like now I know I'm a sinner. Yeah, I am. I'm not gonna act like I'm greater than that. All I'm saying is all this shit, we not supposed to have this shit, man. We not supposed to be doing that. That shit is dead ass wrong. This how far
I don't
gone
think
we are though.
you don't know the Bible enough to say that because I had this conversation with my
What?
dad. I had this conversation with my dad about having sex for pleasure, and it's in the Bible that God's okay with it, actually.
Okay. Pull the scripture
In
up.
marriage.
Pull the scripture
Well,
up.
I
But
know that
aren't
it
you supposed to
said
be
that the
married
bed
for
is
that?
undefiled between married people. I do know it says that. That's number one. But when we first got married, Rita was on birth control for the first 3 years because we were not interested in having a child. Yet, more importantly, we weren't sure if we wanted to have a child. When we decided that we did want to have a kid, the doctor recommended that we use a condom when she first started weaning off of it because she was at a higher risk for having twins and something. What was it else?
Or having something wrong with the
Or having something wrong with having a defect with the baby. Yeah. So if she had gotten pregnant,
Proverbs 5:15-19 encourages couples to enjoy sexual pleasure together. There you go. There's my answer.
yeah. So the reason that we was using
Read it.
birth control and things like that
Read it. That's
is
what it says.
because A, she wasn't ready to get pregnant because we wanted to be intentional, and then B, she was at a higher risk for something wrong or some kind of defect as a result of getting pregnant. Immediately after she stopped taking the birth control. So
The Bible also says that God made man and woman sexual beings and that sex is marriage is good and holy. So get it in.
What Bible are you reading from, Quinn? I've never heard that scripture in my life.
It's not a scripture. It's an AI on Google. You know how you always tell me to Google shit?
Oh, exactly. I ain't never told you to Google nothing.
Yes, you have. I just gave you a scripture. You can look
you
it up.
didn't read the scripture. Read the
Yes,
scripture.
I did. It says it encourages couples to enjoy sexual pleasure together. Proverbs 5:15-19. Now go get your Bible.
Bible is that?
Go get your Bible, the one
What
that you
Bible
cooked
is that?
God last time, and you look it up. You
What
look
Bible
it
is
up.
that?
You asked me for a scripture, and I gave it to you. You look it up, nigga.
What Bible is that you're reading from?
Nigga, it don't matter, nigga. It's in the Bible.
Yeah,
Whatever one you got. Whatever
that
Bible
don't
you
sound
got
like the
running
King
around
James
over there,
version.
it's in the Bible.
That don't sound like the King James version. Okay, we can play that game though.
Carrie, what was you about to say?
No, I'm reading more on this article and I'm trying to understand what they're solving for other than just fulfilling the agenda of the reproductive freedom. Can I read it to y'all?
Yeah, go ahead.
Of course you can.
Okay.
Go ahead. You've been talking all night.
No, I actually, you know
I'm
what's so
working
funny?
on being succinct. Okay,
Nope,
I'm
no, no, no,
working
no,
on
no.
it.
Let me say this
But
before you read it. Rita, when I went off camera and then I came back into the room, what did I say about Carrie? Did you hear what I said about Carrie? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can say it out loud.
Oh, he said she's good for the show.
I said Carrie is so good for this show. I love her being on this show. Said she's perfect for this show. So don't
thank
let
you.
Quentin shame you, Carrie.
Thank you, Anton. Um, so it says the Biden administration is proposing a rule that will provide over 50 million women with private insurance access to over-the-counter birth control pills and other contraceptives at no cost, the White House said on Monday. The rule,
Carrie
which
is
would
the one that you gotta that read in front of the class. Carrie is the person that reads in front of the class in high school. Go ahead, Carrie, keep going. We know we gonna make it through this chapter with Carrie because when they select that other dude, when they select uh, you know, Fontaine over there, the boy jumped over the hoop. Go ahead, Carrie, keep going.
It says the rule, which would expand a federal mandate requiring health insurers to cover preventative care services at no cost to patients under the Affordable Care Act, is being proposed by the Departments of Health and Human Services, Labor, and Treasury. It would go into effect next year if it's finalized. So it says this rule, once finalized, will expand contraception coverage for 52 million women of reproductive age with private health insurance. For the first time ever, women would be able to obtain over-the-counter contraception without a prescription at no additional cost, and health plans would have to cover even more prescribed contraceptives without cost sharing. So I'm scrolling down, and because I'm like, what's the purpose of this? Like, what problem is this solving? And it said, Harris touted the proposed rule in a statement issued by the White House, saying the administration is proposing the largest expansion of contraception coverage in more than a decade. This new proposed rule will build on our administration's work to protect reproductive freedom by providing millions of women with more options for the affordable contraception they need and deserve. I'm
So
just
okay, so in addition to that, who's paying for all of this? Because we have 1 million proposals and we ain't got no way to pay for shit. We got money going that way, money going that way. They want to give you money for houses. They want to do this, that. $6,000. Throw some more contraception on the insurance by default. More wars. Who is paying for all of this shit? Where is this coming in the budget?
Kamala's white husband.
Honest to God, who is paying for all of this shit that they proposing? Because I know unemployment insurance ain't went up, and you still get that same get laid off. You're gonna get that same little funky money that you got to call and fight for every 2 weeks if you get laid off from unemployment insurance. Who is paying for all of this shit?
I don't know. And why is this such a need? Like, who came up with this idea? Like, what is the problem this is solving? Are we having an issue with, like, I don't know.
Dog, I don't know what's going on. So they don't want y'all to have kids, but that's why they're bringing in all of these migrants to replace y'all.
Well, this all goes into the agenda that all this it kind of all starting to like come together, because if you look at what Bill Gates was doing, he was talking about population control. This is part of population control too. You know, all this is starting to coincide, and it's all starting to become one big thing. Like, and then Bill Gates is doing things with farming now. It's getting kind of weird. All this stuff is starting to come together and going full circle, and it's all starting to lean towards one world government, and
Everything
that's
is so expensive now. I was
should be
looking at my
illegal.
paycheck and all of the stuff that come out of it for my corporate job. And I was looking at how much I pay for insurance every 2 weeks. That shit was insane, bro. I pay a lot of money for insurance every 2 weeks for for 3 people. For 3 people.
You talking about health insurance?
Yes.
Yeah, that shit
Dental
expensive,
is
man.
not much. Vision is not much. That junk is real cheap.
It
But the
it be the
healthcare insurance is
yeah.
crazy. It is a
Man, that
crazy
shit,
amount of money.
man, that shit is expensive as fuck. And I can't imagine like for 3 people, that shit got to hit for like
I don't remember
$3,000.
how much it is, but it's a lot. It's a lot that because you can get the different levels of coverage based off of like whatever you want your deductibles to be after you hit a certain threshold and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
get the top stuff because my daughter's in taekwondo and she always be getting her legs kicked or some shit, or she training extra hard, or Rita think her eyeball is gonna pop out tomorrow sometime, so she'll go and get it checked out. Listen, one thing about my wife, Rita, she believes in using every single piece of coverage and
Listen,
benefit that you
she
have.
ain't never lie.
Rita don't fuck around. I'm talking about every appointment, dentist appointments, doctor's appointments. I think she made my daughter go to the dentist today. Dentist appointments, doctor's appointments. If anything is even, she like you paying for all of that good insurance. We gon' one thing we not gonna do is get sick. So
That's
she don't mess around. She leverage every piece of insurance, all of that, all of
Yep.
it. She leverage all of it. So
Yep.
and it's only
I'm
3
with.
of us, and my shit be out of control.
Yeah, it's crazy when I take my kids. I took all 4 of them to the dentist yesterday. 2 of my son, I took my sons to the doctor today. It's interesting with a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's different for single people because they don't think about it from that lens. The motherfuckers
And
just
not
get
for
sick and they
nothing,
just throw up
that's
their lungs and they just keep on going. So
not for nothing, I also teach my kids to utilize it too. So like my 11-year-old son, he was responsible for telling the doctor everything that was going on, asking all his questions, and she she actually had to go take another appointment, then come back in to us because we
mm,
had that many questions. And I asked him, I said, do you think other kids are asking this many questions? And he was like, maybe not, because they might be afraid. And I was like, well, this is what the doctor is for. You're
yeah,
supposed to come here, ask all your questions, and don't
I
leave
can't do
until you
that though,
get
Carrie.
them.
I don't have that
Why?
privilege.
Why? You can't do what?
I can't say all of that.
Say what?
Jesus, look at Quentin.
That costs $1,200 fucking.
That's crazy.
What?
I want a refund.
I can't do all of that, Carrie, because guess who works at my doctor's office? Yeah.
Who?
My mother-in-law.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, why you can't? So you can't ask questions?
No, because then they be on me.
That's why he don't want to ask no questions, because he don't want to do what they tell him to do.
No.
Say the whole story.
No, because they gonna tell
Let the truth come out.
no, because this what happens.
Tell me.
I said that this is a
9
conflict
times.
of no, I said this is a conflict of fucking interest.
No, I'm on your thing where they can share your stuff with me. You
Release
fill out
all
the
your
paper.
records.
I filled out the paper and I signed it for you to be able to tell me all of
She's
your
gonna
stuff.
help. She's gonna be the one you tell anyway. She's gonna probably be the one making
Exactly,
the
because
one
he don't
helping
be
you to follow
listening.
up, reminding you to do stuff.
He don't even be
Like,
listening. Half the time he be on his computer. I don't care about you blinking.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
This
with
is
you, Reed.
this is a fucking conflict of interest.
No, it's not.
This is a conflict of interest.
She's on your
How
health
no
team.
no. How is this not a conflict of interest? Look, he said it better not catch no STDs.
They're not.
Be like, Rita, I'm coming.
They're
This
not.
is hold on. This is a conflict of interest.
No.
How?
He called you last time and said, "Can't you tell me?" And you said,
"What am I supposed to say?" No, who called? No, say who called me?
"My mama."
Her mama called me and said, "Can I tell Rita what your results are?"
And what you say?
What?
What am I supposed to
Hip,
say? I said, "I don't care."
I'd be like, HIPAA, nigga. Nah, you can't tell.
They can
You
tell
know
me
you
anyway
don't
because
care.
I'm on the release form who they can talk to aside from him. So it don't matter. And you gonna tell me anyway. What difference will it make?
Right.
I
Plus, it's
said,
gonna go
"It's
in your
my
my
body,
chart. She probably
my body, my choice."
whatever. She probably set your whole my chart file up.
Somebody said my chart looking like our chart. No,
Yeah, for sure.
my
My husband
body,
don't
my
even know his
choice.
login to my chart.
Login
I
for
set it
your
all
stuff
up.
anyway.
You said what?
You don't even know your login.
Well, what's the point of knowing a login when everybody know my stuff?
You don't even be paying attention. You be on your laptop anyway. You don't know what they be saying to you.
I'll be in there, doctor say, "How you feel?" Whatever she say, I feel.
Yeah.
Whatever she said is how I feel today, doc. And then,
I think that's a
let me
great
tell you something.
setup.
This is the worst part about it. So then, last time I said, "Hey, listen, I need to push this doctor's appointment out a week because I got a busy week coming up. You know, I'm a bag chaser, right? They gonna get an attitude with me, ugh, right? So they push it out. I go to the stupid ass doctor's appointment. I said, skip it. I'm gonna just get it out the way. I don't even care. Y'all want to mess up my money? Cool. So I go to the doctor's appointment. I tell them, I forgot what they asked me. They said something like, "So, you know, how's everything or whatever?" And let me get they gonna bait me. They said, "Did your wife make you come?" I said, "Yeah, so I started joking. You know me, I started telling a bunch of jokes like I just do on here. I get home. They told me you said. I said, "God damn it. I can't even." You know what I'm saying? Everybody, they know exactly. The nurse said that you said, "Get this guy dog blood work up out of me." You know what I'm saying? Like, God. Now let me tell
I
you
see
about
no problem.
what the nurse said about my girth.
Oh my God.
Huh?
You
Lord
know what I'm
Jesus.
saying? She ain't tell you that part, did she? Looking great, Mr. Daniels. Cough again. Cough again. Cough one more time.
I hope they weren't doing that. That would have been that appointment.
That wasn't supposed to be a part of the appointment. Don't worry about it. I wasn't supposed to be getting tested for the hernia. Okay. Anyways, but no, I believe
What?
I believe that there's a conflict of interest that's taking place here amongst my
I
people.
see no problem. I see no problem.
You don't see no problem with that? Okay.
I see no problems at all.
No.
Well,
You know what you should turn? You should turn to her and say, "Thank you, babe."
nope.
Mm.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Babe.
Nope.
What
So,
is this, 2K?
nope. The king.
Oh, what's up?
The king is here.
I came over here to see if you was all right because I didn't think they would grant bail after that massacre I just saw. What they let you go?
Carrie, no, listen, angry man. Carrie was rooting for there to be a tie.
Here you
Carrie,
go.
no, listen, Carrie,
No, I
Carrie,
wasn't.
Carrie was rooting for a tie. Okay,
No.
because Carrie did not want to see anything remotely close to a
I was rooting for a
lopsided
healthy
victory at all.
conversation. That's
I
all.
agree.
See what I'm
I agree
saying?
with you on this. It was a tie.
Well, let me tell you something. I watched. I turned it on to watch it this morning, right? So I watched him go into his Dr. Supreme Shabazz Akbar speech, right? And then what you said after he said that, I was like, throw in the towel. It's over. It's done. It's done already.
I told him. I said, "Look at me, King."
You was while you was talking though, you was looking hurt, bro.
No,
Like
it
he
was
was
fun.
over there.
Hey, you know what's so funny? So like, they had switched over to a switch. You know how they switch over to so that they can read the super chats. Then it was just them two over there, the two hosts or whatever.
Yeah.
I looked at him. I said, "You got 2 more hours of this."
Oh,
I did.
He wasn't ready.
I said, "You got seriously." I said, "You got 2 more hours of this."
Oh my God. It was bad. It
He
was
did like this.
bad.
He said, "He said,
Why did
two
he
2 more hours, at
why
least
did
two."
he agree to it?
I don't know. They sold him on it. I guess they cool with him and all of that. And they called me and they said, "Anton, you interested?" I said, "ASAP. Set it up. Give me a date. Set it up and give me a date." So
Oh, sweet Jesus. It was
it was
bad,
fun
man.
though. It was a great time.
Oh, I imagine you was having the time of your life. A homeboy wasn't though. He didn't look pleased. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking, but it was fun though. I mean, I don't know. I guess he thought it was gonna go one way. It went that other way though. Honestly, I think that a lot of times they be confident. They really do be confident. And what's going on. So I'll be cool with it. I don't be tripping. I'll be like, let's get it. Skip it. Let's get it.
Well, plus in his ecosystem, people agree with him more than you.
Yeah. Well, that didn't go the way he wanted it to, and that's okay.
no, yeah. Well, the thing is though, he's pandering, so yeah, of course they're gonna agree. It's
I
easy to
mean,
agree with somebody who only telling you what you want to hear. Like that's what the internet is really all about. Like pandering.
I think that
Everybody
as
wants
the conversations go
pander,
on, it gets
pander,
more
pander.
difficult because you got to come up with new ways to communicate. And to my advantage, like AM, we talk all day. So it's nothing for us to hold an audience for 2, 3, 4 hours by ourselves. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's a little bit different for us. It's much
Well,
different than
and you're
making
live.
clips. Huh?
I said, and you guys are live. Even when he puts up
Right.
his videos, he's not doing a lot of lives.
Yeah, so they got a lot of editing. They can do a lot of cuts. You know what I'm saying? It's not a real long conversation. When you got to conversate with somebody, I'm in corporate America. That's all we do is have meetings all day. I do a
Yeah.
morning show every single day for at least 2 hours. This is what we do all day is debate. I'm from Fight Club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fight Club breed monsters.
Yeah. It's different when you got to do it on the fly.
Yeah. So it's different. I'll be waiting for the opportunity. Let me get y'all opinion while I got AM here. I got a question for y'all. All right. Y'all ready? I'm gonna read the super
Yep.
chats. I'm gonna read the super chats shortly, but I got a question for y'all. So, Drea Michelle. All right. Drea Michelle, we all know that she's dating Jalen Green. So he decided to rock out with her. A while ago, obviously, it was a big thing about them being together and there being such a big age disparity. But here's the other context. So recently, Jalen Green signed a 3-year, $106 million contract extension. Right? Okay. But there's more. There's much, much more. Here's the thing. So after he signed the $106 million contract extension, which guarantees him $35 million annually and more to come, she started posting all on her IG congrats, short term money long, and she started going into this big celebration based off of his new contract extension, which obviously triggered a lot of different comments and it triggered different people that was reacted to it. Different, celebrities and rappers and Cameron and Mace and all of the people started reacting to the fact that he got this big deal um, of $106 million for 3 years with more to come. What are y'all thoughts on that?
I mean, it's the same thing as what I said last week when this is actually kind of worse because they're not married. But when Julius Randle's wife was talking all that dumb shit about, oh, we getting traded, like, man, this shit's so far out of line. These women, they are somewhat delusional. She has nothing to do. She didn't have nothing to do with this man getting this money.
Mm-hmm.
Why is she counting his pockets? Why is she celebrating? She don't have shit to do with that.
Yeah.
Yes, you do, nigga.
Is that the
You
guy?
do.
I'm about to say,
You got the kid, Bob?
Yeah, she so
You got
he's
a whole ass kid that got to do with that shit now.
Listen,
nigga.
listen to everything I said. Listen to everything I said.
No,
She
nigga,
had
no. I
nothing
heard
to
what you
do.
said.
She
Yes, she
had
does.
nothing to do with
Nigga,
him
that's
getting
her
that
money
money.
now, nigga. She got a kid. That's her money too.
He's 22. She's about to be 40.
Are they still together? They're still together, right?
I guess they just had a baby together.
Yup.
Then
So go
I
ahead
mean,
and run 25% of that to her if you fuck up.
why shouldn't he be excited?
Just saying, nigga. Nigga,
But
it's
it ain't-
25% of your income in Oklahoma, nigga.
Listen, I really, what you about to say,
Quint,
Andrew, man?
it ain't no if you mess up.
When you mess up, you're right.
If he that's past tense. If he got a kid by her, he already messed up.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about messed her up, nigga. Mess her over, nigga. You fucked.
He's already.
You get out of pocket, nigga. She gonna run them pockets straight to family court.
When ain't no get out of pocket. It's none of that. She's already got him in the headlock, bruh.
You right.
She already got him in the headlock. Like he got to come up off the paper.
Do something wrong, nigga. Do something wrong.
No,
Yeah.
I don't listen. I don't even believe that it's a matter of him doing something wrong. I don't think that she need a reason for her to pack up.
She don't.
Like, even if he don't do nothing wrong, I don't think it matters at this point.
She has a reason to pack up. Like, wait a minute. She has a reason to pack up.
You're right.
Okay, so let me ask you another question though, Am, because he's caught between a rock and a hard place. 22 years old, new kid. Is it even cheaper to keep her? Because how much is it costing him to hold on to her?
Where they live
in
at?
order to prevent her from leaving in the first place, though.
They in Texas. Hold up.
Yeah, he playing Houston. Yeah.
Listen, the first thing that he did wrong was hump on that dude. That was the first thing he did wrong. Because now, to me, this shit just seemed like he's overcompensating, and he being very public about who he dealing with because he was humping on a dude in a video, and he got caught, and it looked bad.
Okay,
so
well,
he went after.
It was like a college. You know how dudes be playing in college, and I wasn't playing like that, but I guess dudes be doing.
How much he get paid a year? He get paid 35 million.
Look bad,
His new
man.
contract extension gonna be $35 million a year.
Well, see, I think you're like y'all overlooking one thing. She's already spending that money.
You right.
In her mind, she's already thinking about what she's gonna buy. That's why she put the post up there.
What else can you fucking buy, man? At $35 million a year.
Come on, Anton. You know there's plenty of shit to buy.
Yeah, but I think that at some point you kind of get bored.
Yeah, guys do.
Like, there's nothing else. There's really nothing else to buy, honest to God.
Bro, check this out. Matter of fact, what's the young lady's name? What's your name?
Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any stuff you have in your closet that you've never worn, but you've had for mad long?
Yeah.
There you go, right there. Like, come on, bro. Like,
I get it. I understand. I just,
you know what I'm saying?
For me, it's just like, I mean, yeah, you gonna do stuff or whatever, but there's really no. You almost start making up stuff. All right, I'm about to do this project, or I'm about to build this house, or you know what, the next house is gonna have a 10-car garage so that I can do the collection thing, and you just kind of start running out of shit to do, and shit to buy because it doesn't actually it doesn't stimulate anything no more. You know how you kind of be like, yeah, man, when I get rich, I'm gonna do this. And then after you had it for a while, it's like, okay,
Well,
now
yeah,
what can I change? Whose life can I affect? You start looking at it from a different lens or a different context. It's not even because it's like, look,
If
if you go and get a nice car, it's a nice car, and nobody is like he get a nice car, me get a nice car. Nobody is gonna say, "Oh man, his car is nicer than his." Like, motherfuckers got some nice cars. Like it's not even a thing no more. It's not. It's not like how
well,
much money can you really get to where it's gonna change? Like once you get past a certain level, I don't think that it actually affects you like the dopamine or anything like that no more.
well, see,
per
that's
the
that's
Texas child support calculator, he'd owe her
A great problem to have.
$9,200 a month.
well. See, I think we gotta put it into context, Anton, because when you reach a certain amount of money and you're able to basically partake of everything you want to partake of, it gets old.
It
But
does.
I think that's a guy thing though. I don't think that's really as much a woman thing because you got to think women like to compete with other women on some, oh, we're going here this year and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. Like, a woman will like my aunt before she passed away, God rest her soul. She in her time she made a lot of money. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
money. So she would just do stuff just because she had the money. Like she would redo her kitchen every so often. Like, I mean, for no reason. She would have everything in there was already new, everything was nice. And then one day she would just redo the whole kitchen.
Yeah.
I'll have contractors come in and change stuff around and buy new appliances. It's like a thing that women do. Like it's never enough. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? For us, it gets to be enough.
Yeah. I got a deposit. What was that yesterday? That shit was so insane. I was like, what am I supposed to do now?
You got my cash app. If you want to
I'm
run
about
a
to say
little
you need
bit.
some like
I did. I hit y'all off yesterday.
Yeah, like Anton, like
I
it's
literally
like
hit y'all off yesterday. The first thing I did was I made sure that y'all all got some money. That's it.
well, look, recently, like here's the thing, like so the Mercedes dealership hit me up, right? The lady that actually sold me my wife's car, right? So every time they get something new, she'll call me.
Look at this. This is right in front of me.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
Literally, this is right in front of me.
Basically, right? So
It's fucking
so they
crazy.
hit
Rita brings us in here and say, Anton, you want to get a new Mercedes?
exactly. That's the same. I got that freaking thing in the mail too, but she contacted me. It's like, hey, we got the new so and so and this,
I
that, and
got it
third.
too.
And I'm sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, I don't need no new damn car. Like it's
Yeah.
like what like I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good where I'm at. You feel me? But because I think when we're younger, it's about, being the flyest dude and when you get older, it's just like it's just a car. Like it,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I couldn't imagine like what do you do with $35 million a year plus shoe money and endorsements and stuff?
Anything you want.
yeah, a whole
We are
bunch
you
of stuff.
can but what
Tons of
can you
things.
do? No, we
That,
can
you
think about
have.
it like
I feel
this.
like when you have that much money, you have to give some of it away.
No, look. What can you do with 35 that you can't do with 10 or 15?
Buy a Lear jet.
And it's not that
But
much
that's
difference.
what I'm saying. That's what
Nigga,
I'm saying.
no,
Like,
nigga.
no. Think about it.
Your own jet is a lot of money, nigga.
No, I'm
And
saying
then what? And then what?
no, no. What I'm saying, Quentin, is the lifestyle you live at $10 million versus $35 million. There ain't really that much difference, bro.
Well, think
It's
about it like this though, Quentin. Why buy a jet when they're flying private at least 80 something times a year be, on the team plane?
yeah, exactly.
Because you want to go somewhere with Dre and Michelle and not with the team.
Yeah, I don't think they get to spend that money as freely. Like I just don't. I don't think they can. I don't think they could do like certain things with that money. Like if they wanted to build like community centers for like homeless people, I think that shit would start. I don't think they would be able to do it. I think they limit what they could use that money for. I'm starting to think that because NBA contracts, they're guaranteed, and I got a feeling they limit what they could use that shit for. I think they not gonna let them do like work for good. That's just my personal belief. I could be wrong though. I think they
So
do
here's your
not let
money,
them
but
do
you
work
can't
for
do
good.
this
I
with it.
think it's their money though.
Yeah.
When
Okay.
I used
Niggas
to
say
think like at
anything.
some point I would do like I used to think at like some point I would get to the point to where I would do scholarships, and then I was talking to like a young guy, and he was like, "Yeah, I got this scholarship," and I said, "Who'd you get it from?" Oh, I don't know. Like, why would I give motherfuckers a scholarship and they don't even appreciate it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I be thinking about stuff like that. Like,
Because
motherfuckers don't really
you're
be
good at
caring.
hard. Just give it to them and let them. Here you go. Whatever you do with it,
No,
that's on you.
no, no,
No.
absolutely not. Because they don't even remember who gave it. They don't even write thank you letters and shit like that. Like, they don't really they don't value it. They don't value it. They expect it. It's people that actually write like that do grant writing and stuff like that that go and petition for scholarships and grants for different like no, they don't even appreciate it. I'm not giving them not giving them no motherfuckers no money. Oprah gave out stuff for years and y'all still don't like her.
Didn't
I
you
mean,
say you paid for somebody's tuition last week?
Yeah, but that's different than a scholarship because you know the person.
yeah, but it's
A
but you
scholarship
got to
is
think
like
about.
random motherfuckers that meet certain criteria.
I mean, but if you're giving it through if you got your own, you set up your own nonprofit. I mean, you can get some awesome tax
Fuck them.
benefits.
Fuck them. It's got to be something more meaningful. I don't want to build no community centers. Why? So niggas can hoop and get shot up there? Nope. No. Fuck your community centers. Like, it's got to be something meaningful. You know what I'm saying? Something purposeful.
Well,
It's
I
got
know
to
what
be
I would
something
do.
real. What would you do with it?
I would open up a bunch of senior living facilities all across
Hell
the
no.
country that
Hell no.
follow the Bredesen protocol and help people to reverse Alzheimer's.
Nah, just let them go crazy, Carrie.
No, it's fine.
Let them go crazy. It's got to be something else. We got to come up with something much more meaningful. It's
That
got
is
to be
extremely
something.
meaningful. You know how many people are suffering from Alzheimer's disease and how many will? It's a large part of the population.
But
Somebody
I mean, it might be fun not knowing what's going to happen next.
It's not fun. I can promise you. I watch it. It's not fun. It's not
How do
fun at
you
all.
know what they think?
My mom is going through it. My grandmother went through it. My
Oh,
great
so it's
aunt,
personal to you. So that's different.
very personal. Yeah.
That's different. I would think that it would be like Groundhog's Day. You ever seen that movie?
Yes, I
Mm.
have. And no, it's not like that. It is not like that at all.
Mm-mm.
It's
It
Mm-mm.
might feel like that for the caregiver at times, but no, it's not like that. It's not like that.
so they
No,
ain't
because
found. You don't think they
sometimes
found a key to reverse Alzheimer's yet?
They have. They have definitely found ways of reversing Alzheimer's disease and preventing it at that. Yes.
Okay, it's got to be something else meaningful.
no, at times sometimes you can see the pain in their face when they're going through what they're going through. My great grandmother, she had Alzheimer's and uh the other
Dementia,
one. What's the other one?
dementia.
Dementia.
What's
Yeah,
the
she had them
difference?
both.
What's the difference?
I don't
It
know.
also well, it's a Alzheimer's is a type of dementia. Like you can have vascular dementia, you can have all these different types of things that can cause dementia. So that's just a type of dementia.
Yeah, she was different though, man. Like
I don't even want to. Y'all making me not even want to crack no jokes because that shit is personal. I want to crack
I ain't gonna
jokes.
lie. That shit ain't funny. That shit's sad to see. You be seeing the
you
pain
telling
in
me
their
I gotta
face, like
remove?
when they don't know who you are. When they don't know who you are, bro, like that should be different.
Like
One day they just not gonna know who you are.
But it's probably different for y'all. For them, it's like meeting a new date.
No, because they're trying to remember.
Huh?
They're trying to remember who you are. They know
it's not.
They know you, but they don't remember who you are.
How do they know you if they don't remember you?
I don't know how the mind work like that.
I
They
forget
know that
niggas.
they've seen you before.
No,
they know that they've seen you before.
I be forgetting niggas now. I don't, like, seriously, I have ADHD, so I have like, you know, the whole permanence thing. Like if somebody's not in my immediate life all the time, like I forget motherfuckers. Like I see somebody be like, oh snap, I do know that person.
I know. Yeah, I'll never forget a face. Sometimes I forget names though. Often, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Well, and for a lot of people, it heavily affects their short-term memory. So yeah, and not for nothing, there are a couple of people who have they've detailed their stories of reversing their Alzheimer's, and they talk about what it was like when they were in that state.
What did
They
they
give
say? What did they say?
that it almost feels like you're imprisoned inside of your body, like because you kind of know what's happening, but
Oh, I know what it feel like.
can't. What?
Have y'all ever had a dream where it's like you running slow, but you really want to run fast?
Yeah.
No, I would imagine. Carrie, come on. I'm not telling the joke.
Mine is always I have the power of flight, but it doesn't work as well as it's supposed to.
Or
when I'm trying to fly, go up a little bit and then I come back down. Like, why can't I fly? Like,
yeah, mine's be like, but don't nobody hear me. And it's like, why y'all niggas don't hear me? Y'all ain't never had them dreams where you be trying to do something. You're like, man, I know I can run faster than this. And why do I keep tripping and falling? I would imagine that it's got to be similar to that.
You ever have the one where you're beating somebody up and the punches ain't having no effect?
The punches aren't. I've had that.
But it ain't doing nothing. It goes to work.
It's like being in a permanent dream. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's gonna be that's a crazy feeling. I can't imagine.
Mm-mm.
But just a shameless plug. Anybody in the chat who has a loved one who is dealing with Alzheimer's or cognitive decline, which is the first, like the first stage of it, I would highly encourage you to pick up books by this Dr. Dale Bredesen. There's a couple of them.
That's Slimmy looking all hard because Slimmy think he got it already.
And then the newest one is by this Dr. Heather Sanderson. I would highly suggest you do some research on Dr. Dale Bredesen. Get the book for you and your family members. He talks about a protocol in there for reversing it, and then even for preventing it. And they have a lot of data to support the evidence that you can slow it down, you can reverse it. And a lot of it has to do with lifestyle. A lot of it has to do with what you're eating, your environment, your exposures, things like that, as the same with all chronic illnesses. So it's a serious fight, y'all. Like it's the numbers are really, really high, and a lot of people go with the notion of there's no cure. And Alzheimer's disease is not the type of thing that can be cured with a pill, because most people who get it, it's because of many different things. So you have to take an approach that is multifaceted to address it. So just check the doctor out. And it's a lot of them. Like I've been dealing with this for about 6 or 7 years now. And when I first came across this doctor, I got a lot of pushback from plenty of people. My family, doctors my mom had. And as sad as it is,
Carrie's
because
family don't like her, y'all.
because my mom,
They don't. They
my
don't like her
mom's
health
illness.
reasons. They don't like her politics. They don't like her. Carrie family don't fucking like her, dog. You always family over here, though, Carrie. Shit. Carrie family be like, fuck you.
Yeah, no. Well, let me just say this. I don't want to belabor because I told y'all I'm passionate about it, so I don't want to like take over with it. But it's tough for me because my mom has progressed so much. But the upside is a lot of what I learned 5, 6, 7 years ago. I'm seeing more and more people, specifically doctors and medical practitioners, take heed to it and start to really implement it. So I'm more and more hopeful, which is why people like RFK Jr. resonate so deeply with me, because chronic illness, women's, reproductive freedoms, taxes, immigration. What has hit my family personally is chronic illness, and so it's near and dear to me. So.
Yeah, RFK, he's serious about fixing that issue with the food.
Yeah, but then a lot of niggas don't take him serious because he talk like this.
What happened to him? Why does he talk like that?
Man, hey, man.
It's a condition that he had. I don't remember if it was something that caused it, but he did speak about it, and I forget what it's called. But it's something that it tugs at his vocal cords, like it literally tugs at his vocal cords. So he talks like
It's look, and I know it's not funny. It's frustrating to listen to him talk because for me it sounds like he need to clear his throat. It's like he just need to do one good, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Y'all got me not wanting to say nothing no more because I'll tell everybody got these health problems.
like Lil Wayne. What is wrong with Lil Wayne's voice? It sounds like he has a frog in his throat permanently.
Because most people don't know, huh? Okay. Rita always trying to stop me from doing stuff. Most people have never heard of RFK before. And then the first time that they inquire, they run into him. He talks like this.
Man, bro, that shit took me out the first time I heard
it does. But if you keep listening to him, at least for me, you get beyond it. Especially
you do get
when I
beyond it.
hear all of the information he knows. Number one, and number two, considering what it sounds like, I'm like, what is it like to have to talk through it? And he does it. He can't help it.
That makes it 10 times worse that they're trying to silence him, right?
Why? Because of his voice?
That's the last joke. That's the last joke. I'm not gonna tell no more jokes.
That should be weird, bro.
I'm sitting here like, yeah, that is messed up that they trying to silence him.
That motherfucker already got enough problems trying to talk. He's gonna fuck up his message.
Shit. If y'all had one wish, what would y'all make it? I'm gonna leave y'all. Let's end it on that. If y'all had one wish, what would y'all do?
As far as what? Like, what's the context?
You had one wish. You can do anything you wanted. Just one. Only one. Not three, just one.
I can't wish for more?
No. Look at y'all confused. Now y'all confused. Carrie don't want to be selfish and use it on just one person. She want to take that shit for herself.
Give me that. How much did he get a contract for? Give me that 100 and something.
106.
You know what I would wish for? I would wish for Kamala Harris's actual race to pop up on her forehead, like
I wouldn't, because I don't think it would matter.
You don't think it would matter?
Nope, because I think the niggas are still gonna find a way to vote the way they want to vote. I don't think it would matter. I would wish to live 1,000 years in good health.
Shit.
I want to live 1,000 years in good health.
I don't know about that, bro.
No, I see too many people perish.
I give a fuck. I give a fuck.
Wow.
I don't give a fuck.
I get the health part, but I feel like by that 500th birthday, you probably be like, bro, this is some bullshit.
Nah, man, you gonna get burnt out from life, man. You gonna see too much.
Shit, I love life.
I do too. And I thought about that. I was like, I want to live long, but it's just like, nah, man. Man, seeing so many people die over 1,000 years.
And
whoo,
he said, "Ain't."
I don't give a fuck about that. Holla
You
at
would
you.
never be able to connect with nobody, man, because you know they're gonna be out of here.
I'm good. You make a new connection.
Hey, bro. Make another hole.
Make a new. You got hindsight. That means if you messed up on one, you can redo it and do it again. The only time that wouldn't work is if you had to go to prison. But outside of that, as long as you're a law-abiding citizen, you can have fun.
You're like that dude on. I don't know if y'all saw that series, Sandman. There was
what is that?
It's based off of a comic book, but they put it on. I think they put it on Prime. I'm not sure. But the Sandman, like he's this dude that's like the deity over dreams, right?
Good.
So there was this one guy that said he wanted to live forever. And Sandman told him, he said, look, if you live forever, you're not gonna like it. He's like, yes, I will. And so he told the Grim Reaper to never take him, right? Every year, he said, now every year we're gonna meet at this tavern and you're gonna let me know how you liking it, right? Every year that dude was happy as shit. Like he was living it up. He was like, you sure you're not ready to die? He's like, even the years when he like some of the years he had really bad times, like he lost all whatever, and he was broke. And he said, so I guess you're ready to go now. He's like, hell no.
Yeah, it's time to live it up, bro. Hey, I messed up that first 100. I messed up that first 100 years, but I got 900 more though. I got 900 more, nigga. Now what? That's a good time.
You can change the world, though.
Absolutely, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, but
bro,
you
I'm
have
telling you, bro, living 1,000 years. The problem with people is that by the time that we start to figure it out, it's already too late. And nobody wants to hear from people that knows because they saying that you already lived your life and they want to experience it for themselves. And then by the time they figure it out, they already too old and then the cycle repeats itself. So you never truly solve for the problems. We wind up kicking the can down the road because of the limited time. The thing that's wrong with the earth is that people don't live to be 1,000 years old to wind up truly fixing the problems because they have no incentive to do so. So think about it. In our legislative branches, they continue to kick the can down the road. They don't really fix any problems. They put temporary band-aids on because people have a limited scope. They have a limited view of what life is because they're selfish. They have no reason to be selfless. They're selfish. And they want to do all that they can do, and they don't care about the next generation, which then they kick the can down the road, and then they kick the can down the road because the only thing they care about is what's now, because life to them is short. You have a limited amount of time on this earth. And for other people, it may even be shorter. Some people don't get to live to even be 50, 60. Dikembe Mutombo just died at 58 years old, right? So in that short window, you want to do all that you can do, and you live with kind of like a reckless abandonment, kind of like a YOLO. Kind of remind you of women that says, I want to have a whole phase and then I'll figure it out. Or people that say, you know what, I'll ask God forgiveness on my deathbed. the problem with people is that life is too short and they don't have enough time to make up for all of the egregious things that they did, and they left the next generation with all of these generational curses, or they never fixed or made right the things that they did on this earth. And so I think that if we lived longer, we would have better results because we would have an incentive to create a better world for the space that we want to be in. But we look at the world and we say it's fucked up, it's going to hell in a handbasket anyway. We might as well party and have fun.
I think it's worse than that, though. I genuinely believe that the boomers that are in government, like the Nancy Pelosi's and all of them, I think they're purposely trying to screw things up because they know they're about to die.
Yeah. I don't think they care. I genuinely don't think that they care. And they having a good time. They having a good time. They don't give a fuck, man. Clinton got head in the White House. He said, listen, I'm gonna give y'all my wife as a makeup gift to her. Would have fucked everything up. He gave us Hillary, nigga. You know how disastrous that would have been if we'd have got Hill?
We don't even,
All because
most
this
people
nigga got head in the White House?
most people don't even realize the disaster we avoided with her.
Man, that junk would have been crazy. It would have been crazy. But again, we don't get to live long enough to actually make good on the things that we would have to repent for. And so if you lived 1,000 years, you can make the earth a better place. That's the logic behind it, anyways. That's why I would want to be 1,000 years in good health, because you would actually have to get an opportunity to make good and fix a lot of the issues, because you'd have so much wisdom, so much insight, and so much opportunity to do some really, really great things. So
I think we're supposed to live longer than we live.
yeah, well, we being punished.
Yeah. Definitely.
Being punished. This is a weird show. We going through so many different subjects. We be talking about relationships, hoes, politics, living life. I love this show. This is my favorite show. So, anyways, any other thoughts?
What is I know we're not going to necessarily live to we're 1,000, but we could all possibly live to we're at least 100 or something. So what is everybody committing to doing so that you can live in good health?
Getting as much head as I can.
Oh my goodness gracious. And that's why Rita has all your doctor information and all your appointment information.
Nah, seriously, my next venture is I want to be Captain America. Like, I'm gonna be the greatest physical specimen ever. And I
Boy,
want
you
to
better
start.
stop eating them snacks
Why
at
you
night
use
time,
Captain
nigga.
America though?
Well, I'm gonna be Captain America.
Yeah, why you use him though? Captain America.
Because he went in the time machine and then he came out perfect human specimen. So, I'm gonna be
The super
Captain.
soldier serum.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Brian Johnson?
I have been studying this guy, and he's really wealthy and he's rich, and so his journey, it's a whole community of people that's dedicated to trying to figure out how to live forever.
Life hackers.
Yeah.
Yeah, his you might be talking about Brian Johnson.
What's wrong, Quentin?
You say the most outlandish from left field Saturn and Uranus shit I'd have ever heard in my life.
There is a community of people and it is massive. I'm telling you, it's so many subgenres and niches. There's a community of people that are dedicated to trying to figure out how to live forever, how to reverse aging, all of the things that come with living forever. That is what they dedicate their life to.
Yeah, his tagline is "Don't die."
Oh yeah, I had a question that I wanted to ask you.
Yep, that's him. Yep. He's massive.
Yep.
I think he ain't he like 60 or some shit.
I think he's only 40 something. I look it up.
And he's like, they say he has the body and the genes of like a 24-year-old or some shit.
Yeah, all his reports are up on his website. He got plasma plasma transfusion from his son, and now he most recently got another type of plasma. But he documents everything.
Yeah, he does. I follow him.
Yep.
And his goal is to not die.
Oh
And
yeah, by the way,
he's been trying to reverse the aging process.
You said he got plasma from his son, right?
Yeah.
Y'all know that's why Nick Cannon having all them kids, right?
Why? So he can live longer?
Yeah, he ain't fooling nobody. He's having kids so that he'll have like organ transplants and shit. Like he's not fooling nobody, right? But
Yeah,
yo,
that
I
makes
wanted
sense.
to ask you this, Anton. So when you gonna buy your Terminator?
First opportunity I get, I'm getting me a Tesla bot. Me and Carrie. Carrie want one. I'm getting one. Slimmy want to be out here physically doing all of his own work. That's cool for you, Slimmy.
You gonna be able to sleep in the house with that thing walking around?
If I could create two of me, and ideally three of me, oh dog, I would be so happy. If I could have three of me and feel all of what me's experience, I would be the happiest person on earth. I would work so much. I would do so much and get so much done. I would have time to spend with all of the people while at the same time being able to. So one of me will be working, the other one will be spending time with Rita, sometimes and enjoying life. And the other one will be trying to figure out how to take over the world.
I couldn't have nothing like that because it would just get me in trouble. I would send that joke on some Jason Bourne missions to beat people up. Like,
no, because I love me so much. I wouldn't want me to get hurt.
I would send the blood. So somebody talking crazy, he'd be knocking on the door.
Hey,
the only problem with that is that it will have to be some rules in place because I don't want to compete against me. I want us all to work together, but I'm very competitive. And I don't want me trying to fuck my chick either. So
You saw Multiplicity? Just make sure.
no, I
yeah,
think
that was
so.
good.
I just
Y'all never saw
have dog because
Multiplicity?
if I see you trying to fuck my chick, that's gonna be an issue. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta have some rules around this shit.
Multiplicity.
What?
That movie was.
Y'all don't think about this type of
so
stuff. I think about this type of stuff all the time.
Oh yeah, I've thought about cloning myself. I said if I was able to, I thought about that a long time ago. I was like, yo, if I was able back in the day, I was like, if I was able to have 5 of me and I could go get 5 different jobs, like
yeah.
Oh, and the chat was right. He's 47 years old.
Yeah, he's in this. Yeah, okay.
That dude look like he's 20.
Yeah, I have some of his products.
And I know that if I see me fucking my chick, I'm like, damn, that nigga, he got that, and he got that girth.
I don't do anything that dude does in a mother in the passenger at the drop off line asked me if I was in college.
Yeah, you do look a little younger.
It'd be messed up though if it was more of you, because then you'd have the mind game crap where it's like trying to figure out if you're the original or if you're one of the clones.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
Oh,
I think about stuff like this.
Hey, that's what. It's a movie about that. It's a movie about that. It's a magician movie. I ain't gonna say the name because I don't want to give it away.
No. I know what it is. It's got Christian Bale in it.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Oh, you was just wait. What you talking about that last week?
No, I was talking about something else. It's 2 of them. It's one that got Christian
Bale. The
Prestige,
and the Illusionist.
The Prestige is a very incredible movie.
Yeah, the Prestige is
I never watched that movie. I never watched it.
It's incredible, and
man,
you would
watch
love
that
it.
shit, bro.
You would love it, Am. You would love
man,
the
that shit is crazy.
Yep.
That's one of my favorite movies. The Illusionist is good too.
Illusionist is a great movie also.
Is it scary?
No, it's incredible. You would love it, Carrie. You would love that movie. Watch the Prestige.
Hey, look.
And you're not gonna know what's happening until the very end of the movie.
Yes. This shit is fucking amazing.
Okay, I like these actors. Okay. I'm gonna check it out.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna absolutely love it.
Oh, the Prestige is crazy. I don't know which one is better, the Illusionist or the Prestige. I love them both.
I like the Prestige better.
I love them both, man. But I think I'm biased because I like Ed Norton a lot. I think he's a great actor.
I was getting ready to say Ed Norton's in it, right?
Yeah, Ed Norton's in The Illusionist, man. That shit is phenomenal.
Let me read these super chats. Let me see what the people talking about. After watching Yada give that fake ass prayer, I knew it was I knew it was gonna be trash. Watching the woman in the chat made me happy to be a passport bro. Beautiful women in Nairobi, Kenya. I got them Nairobi, Kenya chicks. Unbiased Ross says, nah, let's not ignore distraction. Who's the anchor? Um Crashed out for a brunch bandit with gorilla grip. Adonis says dictatorship moves by the White House for sure. Trump has had the toughest road to the presidency I've ever seen. I've never seen not a new but former president treated like this. YG Society says, I notice when I leave comments and fact check Kamala Harris supporters on YouTube, my comment disappears. Is it just me? Ray says, administration guilty of election interference and mass human trafficking. Shout out to AP Black Car Service LLC. Adonis is in the building, says, the Dems called me asking if I'll mail in my vote. I said I'll vote in person. People need to understand why they steal your vote if you mail it. Nah, AD is deeper than that, says Abe. I believe the ones that did abortions also want to drag others to hell as well with them. C Keys, this is Slimmy and Quentin's favorite. Says I'm on season 6. Spoiler alert. Elizabeth Keene is.
I don't
Hey
even know what that
Carrie,
is.
I know a woman who's had 4 deletions and now she wants a kid. Says Chris Mayberry.
Damn.
Dizzy says, as a kid in middle and high school, girls ended their pregnancies without out of convenience. Some had multiple trips to the clinic. It was very common. KD says, it's some sick women out here. High tolerance goes on to say, I knew many cats growing up who funded abortions. It was seen is as a way of wiping your hands clean. Unfortunately, at the expense of the child co-worker, told me he had 6 aborts and 12 Plan Bs under his belt. Jesus, the people were wearing that like a badge of honor. A big secret is birth control causing infertility. Danny says black women are 8% of the black population. 8% of the black population that make up 40% of the abortions. There are 85,000 babies eliminated a month. A black woman deletion population of 150 million. Jay Ben says, oh, it's way more than that. Planned Parenthood ain't nothing but guts volleyball. The Lord giveth and thine women sendeth back. Shaking my head. Plan B is multivitamins for thotties. Green Bleed says, Quentin, were your ex-girlfriends white who deleted?
One white, one Mexican.
Mr. Lot says, Anton, you don't remember the girls would have the baby fat bomber jackets all winter and then magically they could fit them in the spring. Yeah, that's true. That is absolutely true. Seems like you're ready. Shout out to Frederico. Magnetar says 1 Corinthians 6 and 13. Read that one. I guess that's for
Yeah,
Slimmy and
Quinn.
Quentin. LA Miles says the Bible also says since there is so much sexual sin, every man should have his own wife and every woman should have her own husband. 1 Corinthians. C. Key says, I bet Carrie was a hall monitor in middle and high school. Jason A-Team says, it is clear we are in the end of times. It's scary, but if you believe in the Lord, you should be safe, just as life has been good to the good ones. Magnetar says, Revelations 21:7 through 8. Romy Rome says, now you got to debate Ish from the J Button JBP. Ish. Is Ish a formidable opponent? Dang, Slimmy, you drinking out of a half-gallon jugs of 2-liter bottles. Do you own any cups, dude? Says C.
Yeah.
Keys. Trying to bring Fight Club back? Nope. Cam Up Podcast says, my thought is he should put himself on child support in Texas to have a 5K max per month. That's 60 bands a year.
That's a lie.
Texas don't have a cap?
It's not that. It's $9,200.
The cap is $9,200?
Yep.
Jesus. Texas, 10% of non-custodials Annual gross for each child, a max of up to 30%. Chat from
Damn.
Moore says, this is off topic. AD, what books do you recommend for getting at an executive level in the workplace and having that mentality? How to win friends and influence people. And money master the game. You can donate to research to finding life-saving drugs. Yeah, 5% of it is gonna go to the cause. Laying down and open the doors, can't move. Yeah, that's a dream of mine too. Please see beginner tips to sup to prevent dementia. 125 milligrams of melatonin a night, 75 for women, DHEA as a supplement. Check blood level for DHEA. Pregnenolone. Check blood levels. My family is mad at me too, Carrie. Spaces says RFK sound like Gollum from the Lord of the Rings. Talvish says you and Angry Man are the goats. Shout out to Angry Man. Shout out to AM. Any final thoughts before Anton go and pass out?
Yeah, I do. I do want to say something about that dread shit.
Go ahead.
Because it's funny. It's funny. Like during that debate yesterday, Anton, you said, and a lot of people, they speak on how a small population of men are impregnating, a certain amount of women.
Facts.
Now, to me, it seems like in this athletic and entertainment culture, some of these men are impregnating the same women that other athletes and entertainers have slept with. The shit is getting fucking weird.
Oh, I'll do you one
That shit
better.
is weird to
There
me
are
because, like,
broke athletes that
Quavo,
I know broke athletes personally. Athletes that played in the NFL that is broke today, that is still getting women pregnant based off of the name that they had in college and in the NFL. Very, very prominent ones that are broke though. And they don't show you that they broke, but they are broke. They really broke. Like one of their baby mamas was detailing how exactly they messed up and it was bad. The women still
Oh yeah.
rock with them because they famous.
Oh yeah. Did old buddy really get shot?
Who?
Charleston.
No. He was here in Detroit with me.
Okay.
Oh, I was so happy to see that.
Yeah, he was here in Detroit. So
That was a
we
pleasant
cooked
surprise.
up. We worked and we kept it moving. It's funny because somebody just sent me a video of what's his name?
that shit be dying, boy.
Somebody sent me a video of hold on. I know what it is. Give me a second. Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell just made a video about me.
Is that the one that got shot before while he was filming?
Yep.
Filming what?
I'm trying to understand.
Somebody literally just sent me this video. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second.
I have it if you want to film this chat.
Hold on.
Quentin phone died too? What happened? Oh no, this.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So.
Who's this?
This is Hassan Campbell. I haven't seen it yet. People just sent it to me.
Oh, okay.
Anton Daniels, I'm gonna get straight to the point with this one, right?
I don't even want to watch it.
Haircut.
I ain't even doing it.
No, show that, man. What's that haircut? What's that haircut?
I'm gonna watch it privately before I. I'm gonna watch it privately before I entertain it. So.
He's a character.
Somebody literally just sent me that. So we'll see. We'll see what it is.
What's his name again? Oh shit. I'm gonna go watch that shit. That nigga look crazy. No, that nigga look crazy, man. He got an axe in hand, like a Viking axe, and then he got that shag in the back. What's going on?
Yeah, so
Crazy.
he said, "Nah, Anton, let that ride." Nah.
Nigga look crazy, bro.
I'm gonna see what it's like, and then I'm gonna go from there. Anyways, any final thoughts before we wrap this up? Yeah, I want to see what he got to say. Jesus.
Yeah, I do want
I
to
want to
see.
go to. I want to go to sleep.
Anton Daniels, I'm gonna get straight to the point with this one, right? First and foremost, let me say that I'm gonna try to keep this one real respectful.
I'm not doing that.
Wait, he got on Cartier's. He got Cartier's on with a Viking axe. He got
When niggas say
pumps.
when niggas say they gonna try to keep it respectful, hell no, that's a
Oh,
red.
this nigga's strange, bro.
That's a red flag on the play for me.
This nigga got on buffs with a Viking axe, man. Come on, bro.
They said I'm scared. I'm scared of what? How am I scared? Anyways, keeping it moving. So I guess that's it. We'll see what that looks like tomorrow. Let me see. Julius Jermaine says 148 watching over there. Voted for Trump and proud of it. Anton, just learn shallow clone jiu-jitsu and you'll be straight. 148 watching over there. Over where?
Where?
I don't know what he's talking about. EJ, I need an interview with the 85 South show for my soul. Who would open up a lot of eyes. I don't know nothing much about 85 South. I know who on there, but I don't know what they be talking about and stuff. But anyways, listen, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We out till tomorrow. Peace.